Hello there. Welcome to ChaoticCalling Streaming. My name is Starwin, and I am the DM for tonight's session. Tonight's Melodies of Ceremony. And I gotta mute that tab because it is too loud. Alright, so who we have here right now? We have Kronk.
Hello.
We have Oren. Yeah,
Hello.
that guy over there. Then we have Arthur.
Hello.
And if he made it back, nope, he hasn't made it back yet. But Faustus will be back shortly. He had to go reboot, but he'll be back shortly. So last time on our session here, we made it to Timor. We visited the city a little bit, got familiar with the tavern that you're currently in. Let's see here. Oh man, I didn't even. My memory is like a little flustered from this week. Let's see, what all am I thinking here? So I remember that we went to Rissa to have a conversation about the ball that's coming up and trying to get in on the council. That conversation took a quick turnaround as apparently Rissa knew Lady Elizabeth from Dragonspine. And things got a little awkward. For the most part, the deception checks seem to keep up, but then again, Rissa has been running a word gambit in the background, and apparently she's got her own information that she's deciphered. But she doesn't press the matter. You guys are allowed to leave, and she has agreed to invite you to the ball. On the other front, I believe we visited... Was there a church visit for some reason, I'm thinking?
Yes.
And what did we do there? Can you remember? Or
We asked a question on if they knew about the twins, and we found out that the twin was Sparrow.
Ah, yes, that's right. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, that helps. Yeah, so apparently the twin in question is Sparrow Deontay, one of the two twin brothers, one born of the light, one born of darkness. And he is apparently in the castle. So the main quest of this whole social interaction has been to try to find access into the castle. And so far, the biggest lead they had so far was Lady Rissa. But as far as exploring other options, I think we're still looking at other options as well, right? So I think that's kind of like where we are. So yeah, Kronk and Kronk and Oren, you guys were the ones who did not do anything yet. So these two went off to go take care of some morning errands. And welcome back, by the way, Faustus. If you wanted to say hello, or did he make it to Discord yet? Oh, there he is. Faustus, say hello.
Boy toy?
Yes. You heard everything. We must now delete all of it. So anyway, basically we've been spending the day gathering information. You guys got an invitation to a ball. And yeah, we're now going back to where Kronk and Oren have been hanging out at the tavern, or maybe they're going to do something. So we kind of like pick up at the tavern, or the inn, if you will. What would Kronk and Oren like to do?
Hey, Kronk, maybe we should check out the guild hall in this area.
They did say they were going to get new quests today.
Well, that was in Dragonspine. This one may have different quests.
How does this one too?
Yeah, I do think we had a brief encounter there. It just wasn't. It didn't ping on my radar when I did the recap. Sorry about that.
There may be some more animal quests for us to do.
Yes, maybe. Did you ask the tavern keeper where the adventure guild?
I think she said he was just a few blocks away.
Awesome. Let's head over there while the rest of them are doing their mission.
And FYI, there has been no sign of Ori or Shella at all.
No wonder it's quiet.
Yeah, it is. Pretty quiet.
Maybe they are out renting a hall for the wedding.
They're busy. That's for dang sure. All right. So with that, you guys kind of like make your way with directions to a building. It's big, but it's not tall. So it's like a big one-story building that you can walk into here. And as you walk in, it has on the outside Advertonius Stillward. Advertonius. Hey, I said that right. Stillward chapter. And there's like a little notation stating that the Stillward family helped found this particular guild. You enter in, you see like a bunch of benches similar to like some of the other adventure guilds, but it's more cramped in here. Like there's only like 4 or 5 benches. There's a board that's near a clerk, and there's like a cozy fire going off in the backside, and it's a lot dimmer in this one than most. And you see a clerk kind of like sitting behind a desk, reading a book, and then just casually looking over. Yeah?
Hello, good sir.
Hello. How may I help you?
My name is Orin, and this is my friend Kronk, and we're looking to see if you have any quests available.
Quest? Well, most definitely, I'm sure. May I inquire if you're part of the guild already?
Yes, we joined back in Dragonspine.
Ah, Dragonspine Initiates. From the 8 Spires, if I recall correctly. Is that right?
Yes, of course.
Ah, yes. Sure, by all means. Just verify your guild stones, and I can definitely show you the board.
Yeah, here's mine.
Ah, very well. There you go.
And then I'm going to pull mine out of my backpack and unwrap it, the paper, and show it to him.
Oh, you're taking good care of that one. That's very good. All right, well then. Ah, I see. So you guys are still kind of initiates, but the board is over there. Very simple task if you're interested.
Thank you.
Babysitter needed for Friday.
Yes.
Good with children.
No, hold on. I was supposed to write some stuff down, wasn't I? Let me get that. That sounds like a good one.
Is the kid Dennis from the House of Menace?
Maybe. Alright, yeah, so you guys want to spend time looking at the board?
Yeah, I wonder, Kronk, how long it's gonna be until we upgrade. We've done 3 quests for the guild so far, and betting if we do like 2 more maybe, or even 3, maybe then we upgrade.
I don't know. Did you read the contract?
Not really. He seemed like a trusting fellow. I think there was a something about 1%, but yeah, I read it, but not that. It was nothing really that worrisome. Did you read the contract?
No, I also thought he was very trusting.
Alright, so there's a few, like if you're just to peruse it, and I'll give you more details if you hear something that may sound interesting. There's at least 4 posts up here. One says something about Knowles. Another one says delivery, and then there's cheese. Another says orc spies, and another one says kobold refugee relocation program.
What's the cheese one?
As you kind of like examine it, there's a notice here saying that due to a recent influx in the cheese trade, we need guards to help make sure the transport of all these cheese make it to Dragonspine. And it goes into rewards and everything, and I'll figure that out here in a little bit, but that's the gist of it.
There was one on Knowles.
There was one about Knowles, but if you kind of like peruse it a little further, Knoll encampment discovered nearby needs to be subjugated.
Hey, and then there was the orc one, and then there's something about relocating. I didn't quite hear all that one.
Oh yeah. All right, so let me put subjugation on there. So like I'm adding details as I'm telling you about them. Kobold Refugee Relocation Program.
Oren, maybe we should move some cobalt. We are good at moving things.
Yeah, the Nolan encampment shouldn't be that difficult either.
Orcs are not too smart. We could spy on some orcs.
Not the not the very stealthy type. That one definitely would need Arthur for.
He might be down for it if they have some horde.
Yes, so I think that one is more geared to. We need Arthur no matter what with that one. The other two, the Nolan encampment will need everyone with too, and even the cheese. I don't think we need to do the cheese one because we don't need it to go back to Dragonspine of yet. There is something that we need to do around Dragonspine though, so that could be a possibility as well.
You could always ask the others.
Yeah, I think we should ask the others. We need to get them to help, but I think maybe this Nolan encampment might be the best one to look into.
Do we know when it will be back?
Well, I'm thinking they should be back by the afternoon, don't you?
It depends how much tea they have.
Yeah, and if they get killed.
Such
I'm
That's-
not waiting around if they got killed.
Well, if they don't come back by tomorrow, then we know they're definitely in trouble. They are disguised, and if their disguise gets found out, what do you think will happen?
Oh, maybe death. Maybe just jail.
Yeah, so I think we need to. Hopefully, they come back this afternoon. If not, then we may have to figure out where they are, and then.
Meanwhile, Arthur and Faustus are like, let's take a night out on the town and not come back until tomorrow. No. Please continue. Sorry. Did any of those posts sound interesting to you?
The Knoll one. I think that one's probably that one and the Orc one. What's the Orc one exactly?
Spies in the deep forest south and east of the castle have been spotted. They believe the orcs are trying to infiltrate or plan some attacks because there has been recent developments of orc warbands coming through the area trying to stir up trouble.
Okay, so we're not needing to spy on them. We're looking for spies. That
Yeah.
might be the most important to deal with because we might, by completing that one, we may get some renown and some leeway with the town. Because we know where the twin is in the castle. This might help us. So I think, yeah, let's take that.
It could save many people.
Yeah, anything that can prevent an attack. And for all we know, maybe these orcs are working with the hill.
All right, so you inform them that you want to take that one, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll leave you to it. If we don't hear back from you in about a week, we will reassign this one. There is a little
Sounds
bit of a
good.
time time limit on it. So good luck to you.
Oh. Thank you very much.
Any further ado here, or are you good?
Crank's gonna take a drink for the road.
Absolutely, yeah. Pick up a tankard and start drinking on the way out. And then he's like, what, that, and you're already gone. Oh, still the tankard. They'll be back, right? Okay. But yeah, you're walking back to the tavern, or do you have a purpose at this point?
Gonna meet the townsfolk.
Yeah, well, let's do that. So, let me pull out my handy dandy guide to Time War. There you are. There's like the current street that you're currently on, there's like several little shops here. You see a general shop named Silhouettes. There's a botany boutique. Let's see here. Looks like they sell like clothing and whatnot. I believe that's where Arthur and them went earlier. There's a rundown carriage house that is further south of there called Cobbler's Carriage. And if you hear anything that sounds like you want to check it out, otherwise you can make a perception check to see what kind of people you see out in the street. There's an instrumental shop. There's a blacksmith known as the Steel Knights. And then one particular...
Blacksmith sounds good to me.
Well, we know where you're going. Where's Crump going, though?
Oh, I'm definitely tagging along. I mean, doesn't look like I am, but I am.
Yeah. So you're just casually walking behind him, keeping up. All right. You see a human blacksmith as soon as you walk in. He's just hammering away. Oh boy, I'm a little slurred today. He's hammering away, and he looks up from his work. He kind of sees you guys come in, and it's like, "Hey, how can I help you all?"
Hey, my name is Oren. I am a fellow blacksmith. It's nice to meet you.
Well, what's your pleasure? Are you here to help out, or are you here to buy? Are you looking for materials? I got a little bit of everything. What do you need? Velmore, by the way, shakes your hand.
Nice to meet you, Velmore.
Yeah.
I'm looking to help you out. If you need another hand.
I mean, I could always use some hands, but it's boring work. You sure you want to do it?
Working on a forge is never boring in my mind.
You care to make 200 nails then? Because that's the boring work we're doing right now.
Sure.
Well, all right. What about you, my turtle friend? What can I do for you? You're an odd fellow. I haven't seen any of your kind in quite some time. You're not from around here, are you?
No, I am from the Southern Isles.
Yeah, that's where I hear you guys originate from. Been a while since I've seen one of your kind up close. Very impressive shell you got there. Is there anything I can get for you? Use weapons at all?
I have a spear and a shield.
Would you like me to sharpen that spear for you, or are you good?
If my friend's work can pay for it, I would appreciate it.
I think we can arrange that. But let me see that spear. And like he offers a hand to your spear, just to take a look at it.
And I'll offer it up to him.
All right. So here's my question: is the spear tip made out of flint or steel?
I think currently it would be flint.
Well, friend, would you care to make this tip steel by chance, or maybe even silver?
I think that would help me a lot.
I'll tell you what, if your friend here can knock out 200 nails, I can line this flint spear with a silver coating, and I'll sharpen it up for you. Help you out a little bit there. Maybe it'll give you a little boost to your attacks there.
I would appreciate that.
All right, well, Oren, you're going to make me 200 nails, and he's going to be working with some silver.
Of course I am. I said I would.
And can I help him somehow, run the bellows or something?
Yeah. So he sees you staying close, like, you wanting to help, huh? Tell you what, yeah, see that there? And he's showing you where you can put your foot and press it up and down. Just motion that until I say stop. We're going to get the fires going, so go ahead and billow. So yeah, you get to press down on that and get the fires stirred up with the billows, lighting it up, getting it brighter. He's like, there you go, we're getting somewhere. And he's got a little tray of silver that he's been melting down in the fire there to get ready, and he kind of dips the flint in and just kind of starts sharpening it as soon as it gets hard within a point, and he'll start working that out. Meanwhile, I think, Oren, how do you plan to make these nails? You got a blacksmith tools that you can roll for me or something?
Yeah, I have blacksmith tools. I'm driving right now.
All right, I'll go ahead and
Indeed.
I'll hook you up, my friend. Let me see what you got here. I'll roll your smith tools for you. This would be strength. You got a 21 on the roll, just so you know. And yeah,
Nice.
I would say his work is taking a little longer because after he got it coated and he's got like a thick bead going around the edges of this flint, he's just been taking it to a grinder. He's been trying to like grind it to a sharp sheen. You finished the 200 nails in about, I'd say maybe an hour or two, hour and a half. And it takes him 2 hours to finish this spear. And he hands it back to you. So, Frank, you have a silver tipped spear now. So if anything requires silver, you can overcome it. And for the next combat, I would say, like for the next round of combat, like whenever you actually brandish this spear and actually use it in combat, it'll have a sharpness that'll last for one encounter, where you can add +1 to your attack. So, like it's
Nice.
a temporary sharpness, if you would.
Okay, I'll see if I can figure out how to add that in here.
I think you can add a global attack damage to it, and then you could just label it sharpness, temporary. That way I can remember, yeah, that's what I did. But yeah, it'll give you a +1 to your damage and attacks until the combat ends. And then that sharpness will be dulled because of combat. But yeah, that'll help you out a little. So not magical, but you definitely have like a +1 to the attack and damage. He has his 200 nails, and he thanks you guys. Like, well, you guys been a big help. Knocked out half my order for me, and it was always nice to kind of get some silver work in. Hands the spear back to Frank. Let me know how it swings for you, and if you need some upkeep, you let me know. All right? It's about the best way I can keep customers these days. You need any? Well, I mean, you work the forge. I guess you don't need any help, do you? Kind of like asking Orn, like if he needed any upkeep.
I'm doing very fine. I just wanted to come in and work the forge.
Well, you are a fellow blacksmith indeed. I could see your skills here. Didn't take you long to knock out them nails, so you have my thanks.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Yes, anytime. Well, you know, if you find yourselves coming back here in about maybe a week or two, I heard there might be some more weapons needing help to be made, but you know, it's up to you if you want to come over.
If I'm in the area, I will come by and help out.
No, sounds good. Well, I mean, I'm hoping there's going to be work, but it depends upon what Queen Ray has planned. But, you know, just kind of like drops the notion after like politics came up for a brief moment. You can kind of like see him shying away from the conversation at that point.
Yeah, politics can always cause problems, but you
No,
can always hope.
don't get me wrong. I love my queen. She's an awesome person, but yeah, there's a lot of legwork going on in town, and I'm not sure I'm fond of it.
Why aren't you fond of it?
The lords are always bickering. They're talking about some kind of war that they need to take to some villains up north. And, you know, the queen's been staying her hand, and people are accusing of her being passive and not taking command like she should. And it's a whole ordeal. And it just, I hate seeing the poor girl put through this, you know?
Well, it must weigh heavy on her. It's not easy to make such choices.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least she's got Sparrow there in case she needs help, right?
Do you know this Sparrow very well?
Only by reputation, mind you. Do you not know him?
I'm new to the area, but I've heard of Sparrow, and
He's
kinda someone might be after Sparrow, actually.
What? That's a fool's errand, if you ask me. Sparrow's been very decorated as far as helping Timor get back on its feet. I don't know if you remember, but there was like almost was another demon war 10 years ago. But God forbid, that's when we lost our king, and she was forced to take the throne at that point. And she always had Sparrow there to guide her, for the most part. Like, I always imagine those two had a thing going. It kind of gets a little squinty eye with you, kind of like gives you a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I could have sworn they had a thing going, but I guess because she's a queen and he's just a lowly soldier or whatnot, I guess they never thought to hook up. Then again, I wonder if our queen ever will find somebody to ascend the throne with.
Well, you mentioned this demon war. That's
Mm.
kind of. Have you ever heard of the Hill of Might?
Oh yes, those were the rat bastards who sat in the bed with the Ring of Wizards. Bunch of overzealous people who don't know how to keep their mouths shut and stay out of people's business and just want to bring chaos to the world. It's just a disgusting display of, and you could clearly see him getting angry about these politics. He just brought up a subject that is sore and dear to him, but he's like, yeah, those sons of bitches need to be brought to justice. For, I mean, they've been extinguished, right? The Ring of Wizards are no more, but the Hill might.
No.
I hear whispers.
They are still around. That's who I'm after.
Well, best of luck to you then. And they're going after Sparrow. Like I said, that's a fool's errand. I mean, he's inside the castle for one, if anywhere. And even if he wasn't, I mean, he's not an easy man to take down, if you know what I mean. I've seen glimpses of his prowess. He is definitely not a normal soldier.
I'm
But-
glad to hear that.
At any rate, don't let me bore you. You brought up a topic that seems near and dear to my heart. I should let you guys get going. And about this time, like a few more customers come in. Ah, come on in. And he kind of like waves you up. You guys have a good day, all right?
You have a good day as well.
Come.
Okay.
Yep. Come. Let's. And as the conversation fades to him going to new customers, you guys kind of like take your leave of this place. And where would you like to go next?
Well, Kronk, I think maybe going back to the tavern and wait for Faustus and Arthur might be a good idea.
Maybe they will be waiting for us.
Yes, it seems like people here know more about the hill than in Dragon's Spine. So
Take a left turn
maybe
here.
we can find.
Sorry. All right. So intent is to head back to the tavern, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So yeah. Upon going back to the tavern, I'll tell you about the people that kind of like go through the neighborhoods and whatnot. As you're on the north side of town for some of this, you've seen like people more more formally dressed in like noble wear. You see people wearing jewelry. You see guards on every side of the street, and just looks like a very bustling, ritzy area. As you get further south, you can see like the peasantry starts to bleed into the nobility, and not too many high rising people come to the southern part of town. And once you get back to the tavern, you definitely see like a fair mixture of middle to peasant type social classes. So you're definitely seeing a few of those. Man. All right. So let me see. Yeah, you make it back to the tavern, and it's probably around noon as you get back. And yeah, you look around. You see people coming in. Like there's a few guards at the front. They're having drinks. Seems like they're off duty. There's a few commoners here who are just sitting around having dinner or lunch in this case. And yeah, you guys are free to just take a seat wherever is available. But I'm going to take this table real quick. There you go. Now you can be anywhere. Oh yeah, that's right. Orin's not here to play, so we'll put him wherever Kronk decides to go.
Thank you.
Alright.
I'd go.
Yep. Yeah, Kronk's got you off to the side room here. Or side here. You guys want to talk about anything, or are you good?
I'm good.
Yeah, just a regular notice around. Like Shella and Ori have completely not been seen this whole entire time. Like you don't see them in the room, so yeah, it's quite peaceful. So you just hear the common soft murmur of people gathering. Something we don't get quite to hear nowadays, do we? With that, we will kind of like turn the camera back to where Arthur and Faustus are leaving the estate of Rissa. What would you two like to do?
Arthur, do I really seem like a boy toy?
So as Elizabeth have now had a chance to duck behind a alleyway and change, I don't necessarily think of you as one, or really see you as one, to be honest. That's just probably her trying to get to you. Don't worry about it.
I mean, is it the hair? Is it the way I style my hair? just kind of like putting it over on his head, just like.
Right.
No, don't worry about it. It's just probably her trying to get to your head. Your hair looks fine as it is.
Oh, it would have been funnier if she would have disheveled your hair playfully or something before you left. Semantics. Continue though. You do make it about 3 or 4 blocks away from the estate at this point, so if you did want to duck into an alley, there are a few available locations.
I don't believe I actually took anything to change with, so fuck.
Saying that. Alright, cool. So, where's the intention here? Where do you guys want to go?
Well, should we report back to the others, or did you have any particular business in town?
I think the inn's a good first stop. If anything else, I feel very awkward like this.
I suppose that you're not accustomed to dressing as women.
Have not been for a very long time. Another story I'll probably tell you when I'm drunk later.
So you gotta get him
I'm
drunk to hear
starting
that
to
one.
get the impression that you are a talkie drunk, I think they call them.
No, there are just some things I prefer not to say when sober.
Oh, I just thought I suppose that does make sense. People of your caliber, I believe the expression goes, loose lips sink ships.
That's roughly the saying, yes.
I was like, oh, did I get it wrong?
No, you have the saying right. At least to my knowledge it is, anyways.
Although I suppose even in general, it's just a good idea for individuals like yourself to keep their secrets. Not many of your kind in the world, as far as as far as I know.
That and as far as I know too, but again, I'll need to get back before it gets any later.
Yes, I suppose they might worry if we're not there soon enough.
I might just be my paranoia, but keep an eye out for potential assassins.
It's like, well, that would be a Dawnbreaker strategy, but I can't really get a feel for that Lady Lisa. She seems purposefully enigmatic, although that's not exactly abnormal for nobility, so...
As you guys are walking, you can't help but feel like someone is following you. And your passive perception definitely helped you detect this. They seem to be keeping their distance, but every so often they wait for you to move. And then, just maybe out of the corner of your eye, you catch them taking a few feet towards you and then just standing there looking like they're just moving in that direction naturally.
Insight.
Yeah, go for it. You know they are following you. That there may be a few like insightful checkbacks, like maybe even looking through glass windows nearby just to see where this character is, to not let on that you're noticing. Like he's unaware that you are familiar, that he is following you, but you do feel like he is following you with a purpose. Ever since you left Lady Rissa's.
Shit. I'm gonna lean over to Faustus. We may have a problem. We are being followed. Do not make it obvious.
Yeah, Faustus, you would know this already too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's weird. I can't get
Hey,
control
funny
of
address.
it.
I can avoid it.
So going to think for a moment. Should we try to lose them?
I don't think I have much on me. Quickly, just gonna feel around real quick, and anything I might have to store stuff, and I don't know. I'm actually gonna leave this up to you. Did I potentially grab any caltrops or ball bearings?
I would say if you had them, you probably kept like things you might need to escape nearby. So I don't think you would have went unprepared.
Okay, I'm gonna take those. Yes, I do have them then.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
Also, how crowded is the street right now?
Good question. Good question. All right. So as you guys are traveling, it is around lunchtime. So there are several people who are like going to their lunch breaks, going to find a place to eat. You see people like pulling open bags, having their meal right there by the road. You see bread being broken by strangers between each other. There's probably, like on this one block alone, there's probably like 15 people, 5 on this side, about 10 on the other as they're traveling back and forth. Mixture of middle class, a couple of guards, and peasants. And this one guy seems lavishly dressed, though, so he seems a little out of place already.
Well, either we could try to lose him in the crowd, or I suppose if we had some other means of distracting him long enough to escape.
real quick. I'm also gonna make a perception if you don't mind to see if there's any maybe alleyways that are very densely packed. We can
Yeah,
slip
go for it.
down.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's do that. 20. There's a particular side street that's coming up, and there seems to be like a lot of carriages that are like en route to a trade. Like it looks like a trade run that's fixing to leave. You see several carriages lined up, and in the back you see giant crates that say cheese on it.
How much do I bet those are going towards Dragon Spine?
Yeah, it seems to be going out the east gate, so it's definitely a road that comes from that direction. You, with that perception, you think, I mean, it's up to you. Like, there's probably ways to weave in and out of that traffic if you guys wanted to try to do stealth to get away from this guy. So that's a possibility. We can use that as an ability check to see if you can lose him.
Okay, idea. We can drop down that side street there. It's weaving in and out of the crowds, and if that doesn't work, well, he takes a little bit of a stumble, and we start running.
Well, I may be able to at least offer a little bit of help in our escape.
All
And
right,
kind
so,
of,
yeah, go
and kind of like as he is like speaking to Elizabeth, he starts rubbing the jewel on his ring, and he, out of the corner of his eye, he is going to cast hex onto this individual.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
So for the next 8 hours, he has disadvantage on perception checks, or wisdom
Ooh.
checks rather.
Ooh, aren't you an asshole? I mean, what? Yeah, that'll help. So yeah, he does a little hex. I mean, you've probably seen him do it a couple of times. You just think it's a normal ritual for Faustus, perhaps. I'll leave that up to you, though.
Yeah, it's like he briefly switches to a language you don't understand as he's rubbing his ring, and well, if we're going to do it now, then we best go.
Precisely. With that, I'm going to kind of push him towards the crowds just slightly.
Mm-hmm. And go ahead and make a stealth check. All right, my rolls have been private, so chat, you got my back.
You know, I'm gonna go ahead and use Dark One's own luck here because
Yeah, go for it.
it's a resource I have.
Hey, if you got it, flaunt it, right?
That
Nice.
is sad.
That
that is
is,
so sad.
That is sufficient. So, with disadvantage, this guy seems to be locked on you guys. Every weave, every turn, he seems to appear, and he seems to still know where you are. And you can still see him just kind of like casually strolling towards your direction, no matter how many times you twist and turn. So your stealth checks were insufficient.
Damn it. Okay. Plan B, I'm going to give you a ball bearing, and I'm going to toss them on the ground.
This guy can't stealth either. He's a fucking klutz. He rolls an 11. So your passes are both over 12. So
My passive is a
pretty high.
16.
I saw it. I saw that nonsense. Yeah, so he's trying to stealth, but he's not doing a very good job. So you're all keeping an eye on each other, but each one of you are failing your stealth checks against your perceptions. But you guys do realize you're about maybe 3 or 4 blocks away from the tavern. Just have to go south 2 blocks and west 2 blocks, and you're there.
Okay, I'm looking for an alleyway that we can duck down, drop some ball bearings, and maybe Faustus can drop a darkness on one of them.
Mm-hmm. You tell me what you want to do. I'm definitely up for that plan. Is that what you want to do, Faustus?
Trying to think of the best course of action.
All right, I'll give you a quick second there. As Arthur, you do realize there's one particular alleyway, but it only seems to be like one person can fit through it, so like it's very narrow, like barely 5 feet between each building.
Okay, so it's like I may also leave my own little surprise as we go in, just to be safe. And Faustus is going to palm over Dorian in his hand. It's like, let me know when we turn into the alleyway.
So you give him Dorian your spider.
No, he's going to palm it himself, and basically, like as they turn into the alley, he is going to put Dorian on the wall.
Okay.
And command Dorian to jump onto the individual if he manages to get past the ball bearings.
All right. So let's see here, and you're gonna want to try to drop these ball bearings stealthily, right? So
Yeah.
Arthur, walk me through this. What are you doing? So you two see this small, narrow hallway or alleyway.
Yep. And what I'll do is I'll push Faustus in first. That way, he can go first. I can drop the ball bearings behind me. I'll drop a good number.
Right.
Faustus puts Dorian on the wall.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and make a stealth check to see if you can. This is just to see if you drop him in a way that he doesn't notice. Otherwise, he might try to find a way to go over him. So
I mean, he still has disadvantage on perception.
Well, yeah, but this guy has pretty good perception. Oh, okay. All right, got it. You continue down the alleyway then, right? And so we have Dorian on the wall, ball bearings on the ground, and you guys just going straight on from there. Correct?
Yep.
All right, just want to make sure I wasn't forgetting anything. So he'll make a dexterity saving throw, which is, I think there's an actual DC for ball bearings, ain't there? Or,
Oh,
I don't know.
let me check.
Yeah, I want to check too. All right, ball bearings. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's a DC 10 or fall prone, and it's still considered difficult terrain. So here he goes. He's going to make a dex check. And chat will see it. Wow. He falls flat on his ass. You hear the noise. Dorian makes a acrobatics but dexterity check to see if he can jump on. He gets advantage since he's prone. So can you roll for Dorian, or does he have a dex bonus?
Let me see here.
Did I give you a spider to run or no?
Yeah, you gave me a spider.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure I was doing my due diligence. I can do words. Nice. The spider is on the culprit. You guys managed to get further along, and this guy is cursing up a storm. And he's like spinning on these ball bearings, and he's like picking them up, and he's like tossing them angrily in the street behind him. It's like, ah, get out of here.
And now Faustus is going to do something mean.
Yeah, he should. Go for it.
With a 24 to hit.
Do you have to be within range, or is that a distance? What's
It's
the
like,
range?
this is the fun thing about familiars,
that's right,
is that you can
because-
transfer touch spells
yes,
onto
yes.
them.
Gotcha. Now I'm with you. I'm on board. So he takes, oh, dear Lord, 24 hits. And yeah, he takes 7 lightning damage. And he kind of goes, ah, what is this? And he's like trying to feel where the source of it comes from, but it shocks him all over. Shocking Grass do anything in particular that you're needing? Or, like, he can't use a reaction, right?
Yeah, you can't use a reaction, and it's mostly just like as sort of like an extra smoke screen for them to get out of the get fast enough out of sight.
You know what? I'll give you guys another stealth check with advantage this time. Go for it. As he seems to be distracted. Now it's all on you, Faustus. How will you fail this? Okay, hold on. I still have to.
Sad.
Well, what's that? Okay, so he's gonna like unstun from whatever he's doing, and he's like looking, makes a perception check with disadvantage, and he loses sight of you. He goes rushing down the alleyway, and maybe out of a corner of another alleyway that the two of you ducked through. You could see him looking frantically left to right, trying to figure out where you went, and you seem to have ducked out of him. Like you seem to misplace yourself from his view. He is no longer able to find you. And he starts prowling the area looking for clues and unable to find any. So he seems to be wandering that street. So as far as you know, you're free and clear.
Yeah, like basically Dorian will be giving him information up to 100 feet.
Yeah, so in that case, like I said, it's not very far to get back to the tavern. You might even, like, you lose connection for a little bit with Dorian, but I think once you get back into the tavern, it'll reconnect. So right now, you're currently able to get to the tavern without issue, and you can freely walk in. But like the last thing Dorian told you is that he is searching the street, and he's looking through that alleyway that you guys went through, but he's still like 3 blocks behind you. And then you get to that 4th block away, and then it fades.
Okay, so then, in that moment, like, and how close are we to the tavern by this point?
You can walk in right now if you wanted to.
All right, he'll chuck Dorian back into the void, and lead Arthur back in. It's like, well, that was a close one.
Yeah, you guys can go ahead and enter the tavern here if you want.
Way too close, and I think that might actually confirm one suspicion.
All right. And yeah, as you walk in, you can see your allies, Born and Prompt. I don't know. You guys order a meal while you're waiting? It is lunchtime.
Oh yes, the freshest greens and some chicken.
There you go. So fresh greens and chicken all around. And what about Orin?
I'll order some chicken and some potatoes.
Nice. You know what? It's been a while since I had mashed potatoes. No, I take that back. I had. Never mind. I'm getting off I'm getting off track here. Sorry. But at any rate, yeah, potatoes and chicken is out there. There's a small little platter that's right there before you, so you guys can like share more chicken between each other. And your allies, Faustus and Arthur, make it back in, or Elizabeth, I should say.
Oh, there you two are.
Hey, Foster, sorry.
I suppose we've technically been better, but we're here now.
Look around, and there's no sign of Shella or Ori.
Oh, thank God.
I feel like we're missing someone.
Perfect.
No, we're
Left
not.
a while ago.
Eye twitches.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Chicken does.
no. You know, Shella would usually be hanging on my arm right about now. Where is she?
You're missing Shella?
It's less about missing and more about it's not customary for her.
Don't complain.
Well, I can't help but maybe worry a little bit, if for no other reason than she might have gotten herself in trouble. Oh, for that matter, where is Ori?
I
Who?
thought they were together.
Why am I just now imagining all sorts of trouble they could get into?
It's not our problem.
Well, as long as they don't manage to trace any shenanigans back to us, I suppose we'll live with the consequences for now. Anyway, we have come back from the estate.
How did that go?
I'm going to go change real quick.
Yes. And like he'll take a seat himself. Well, good news and bad news.
There's
Which would you like
not.
to hear first?
There's no such thing as good news or bad news. Just news.
When it concerns meeting your goals or survival, I do believe there is a distinction. Well, at any rate, the good news is that Arthur and I have been able to secure invitations to next week's ball.
That's good. What's the bad news?
The bad news is that I do believe that Lady Risa might at least be on to Arthur already. And the fact that we were nearly followed to this location is a testament to that point. It appears that, unbeknownst to Arthur, he had taken on the appearance of someone that Lady Risa was already familiar with. And I do believe that Lady Risa saw through their ruse. It is difficult to say what she thinks of myself, but I believe we should most certainly err on the side of caution regardless. So there you are, Arthur, feeling better?
Very much so. Ugh.
But at any rate, we at the very least have a week to plan our course of action.
We found the quest board. There are many things that we could do.
I do sincerely hope that you didn't take a dragon quest.
They did not have any this time.
We took one dealing with orc spies.
Orc spies?
Yeah, apparently the orcs in the area and they're possibly planning an attack on the city.
That could be troublesome for the local public.
Thought that might help us get some recognition in the town and possibly the castle.
Well, I suppose that is true. While, even though it may be under, well, how should I put it? While our invitations are sort of conditional, as we don't really know why she decided to give them regardless. So it would certainly be more difficult to secure your presence at the ball. So perhaps a local reputation might be able to secure yours.
Yes, it might. So, also, any kind of attack on the town isn't good. So, and it might also be something associated with our friends.
So yes, that could potentially be the case, although at least in our previous encounters, had we encountered any orcish or half orcish individuals, or were they
I don't think this group has, no. Like,
Yeah, they had
make only person I think that would have general information is people who are originally from this location, and I think that's Boren and Arthur.
So, history check.
Yeah, history. Sorry if I seem a little out of it on some new meds. Alright, Arthur knows his stuff. Boren, is probably, I don't know, like work mashing might be your thing, but not today. Arthur, there was a scuffle that happened no more than a year or two ago where there was a big, large orc army that people of Dragon Spine and Timor were trying to repel. There was the great outpost of Felran where a lot of the soldiers were gathered and they were led to a valley. And then, a brief war started, and then for some reason, a couple of dragons flew in on their own accord and tore up both sides of the army by their onslaughting fight between each other. It was a very interesting spectacle that's been rumored and spread around quite a bit. Whether or not it's all true or not is up to those who've actually seen it, so it's all hearsay to you.
Well, they're definitely troublemakers, so.
Well, yes, they should be dealt with regardless, but we should err more on the side of doubt that they might have any connection with the hill.
Well, the Hill's main objective is creating chaos, and within the government, it's just the only thing. And also, they are trying to get to the Twin. This could be part of it.
Well, at any rate, I can at least agree with your judgment that this is a pressing issue. I mean, there also is the matter of the and puts his voice a bit lower than that, Tiamat cult. But it appears that Shella has gone and disappeared, and we would be certainly doing quite a lot of searching to find it without her assistance. She did say that she would recognize it when she saw it, even though she didn't remember how she got there.
Maybe if we hypnotize her, she will remember how she got there.
That's a good idea.
It's ironic. Because I'm secretly telling myself a story right now.
It's like, well, she hasn't returned yet, so I'm afraid that we'll have to put that one on hold until she makes her inevitable appearance. She does seem to have a habit of showing up when you least expect her.
I do not expect her at all right now.
Yeah, you kind of look to the door as if that was the cue, but nothing.
Didn't she say that I was in the southern part of town?
Oh, yes, but I imagine if there was a warehouse, there were probably several. It's like it would be quite difficult to narrow down which is the one that she found.
Well, by chance, did you mention to Lady Reese about the miasmic shard, Arthur?
Wait, why would Lady Risa know anything about the miasmic shards?
Oh, I neglected to tell you. Yeah, there was a bit of a rumor passed down through the criminal underworld about her and miasmic shards, and she was looking for them, but that's could be nothing, that could be everything. Also, plus with how that went, I don't think mentioning that off the hand would have been a good idea.
Oh, but although we could have used that to our advantage. I'm already connected to someone with allegiance to Minerva.
That is a fair point. Damn it. Alright,
Well,
well,
what's done is done now.
Well, it might be useful tool for later on with her, possibly.
The main concern, at least with regards to Lady Risa, is what exactly she plans to do with us.
Oh, don't worry about those
What?
numbers. Has nothing to do with your vicinity right now. Like I said, I'm telling myself the story, and you'll learn what it is here shortly.
Well, I suppose at any rate, well, I guess we should call it, in our waiting period. Oh, you did mention the Orc Quest. Did they give an approximation of where they were last seen?
I do not know. I was actually traveling at that part.
I think that was just outside the walls, southern walls or something, I think. I believe
To
it
make
was...
history checks.
You believe what again?
Krunk know how good memory.
It was air and body.
I'm not throwing 5 dragons at him. This is something that's happening elsewhere.
Warren might remember it.
Wait, what was the question again? See if the DM checked out.
On the orc quest was
Oh, south and to
was
the east of town, yeah. Like, there's some kind of
South to the-
wilderness area down there that you can check out.
well, we can go to the southeast outer wall and check out the area.
I suppose that would be a fair start. We might be able to gather some clues there. Or maybe they'll be stupid enough to just still be there.
Possibly. You both probably should grab something to eat before we head out, though.
So, yes, I am a bit famished.
This chicken is delicious.
Greens are very fresh.
They make good mashed potatoes here, too.
Bard Mage just kind of like smirks at you and says, "Thank you," and walks off.
Yes, delicious. The gravy is good, too.
Nice. You guys are spending some time here figuring out how you want to approach your quest, I take it. I just want to see... Did I populate the bar by chance? I'm sure I did.
actually, I do have one question. Do you think we'll be needing to keep some range on them? That was
Some-
two.
Ranged?
As in, maybe I go pick up a longbow or something else.
I mean, if you... Actually, you already have a short bow, right?
Yeah, I already have a short bow. I just secretly want a D8 of damage from afar.
I mean, you're always welcome to go check out the shops.
Well, I suppose it wouldn't be an awful idea if you feel it would be more secure that way.
Yeah, wouldn't be the worst idea. Plus, also, if we need to keep some distance, or if somebody's trying to be a sharpshooter, then, you know, You got one to fire right back at him.
This
Give it a little bit of a
redheaded.
bow, and I'm going.
Oh yeah, this redheaded woman just finally comes over and says, "Oh, I noticed you two just now sitting down. Did you want to order?"
Oh yes, would you happen to be having any specials?
We're
Or
having
something
fried
that you're
chicken and
quite
mashed
proud of?
potatoes. Yeah, the mashed potatoes and gravy are real good from what I heard. Kind of like nudges pouring over there.
Well, if it's the dish you're most proud of, then I shall order one for myself.
All right, we'll bring you out some mashed potatoes with gravy, and we'll get you some chicken to go with it. How's that sound?
Excellent. Thank you very much, miss.
And what about you, sir? You having anything today?
Unless you have something to get on the go, I'm going to need to pass. I'm gonna head out for just a little bit.
Oh, well, if you need anything when you get back, let us know. We'll get you taken care of, all right?
All right, thank you very much.
All right. At
I'm
which
also gonna.
point, yeah, you walk out to go take care of your business, mashed potatoes with gravy with some chicken as I get hungry or delivered to Foster's. Did you want to just generalize this shopping trip, or were there other shenanigans you wanted to partake in?
We can generalize it, but I was also gonna quickly turn to Faustus and ask. Also, if it becomes necessary, do you want me to track down Shella at least?
So, well, it would be troublesome if that Tiamat cult did manage to sneak under our noses because we didn't have her assistance.
That, or potentially also we could find out where it is by tracking her.
I suppose that's also true. I don't believe this would be the first time she's gone off and tried to do things herself. In fact, that was literally last night. Although in her defense, I did tell her to do so, so I suppose that's partially my fault as well. Just be careful yourself. It's unclear if that gentleman is still searching for us.
That is true. I don't know.
Although I suppose they wouldn't be looking for you, so I suppose you're fine.
Well, sits on the fact that I should be dead. I'll tell you about that story later. In
There
the
seem to be a
meantime,
lot of stories you're not telling us, but I'll leave you to your privacy for now.
Alright, and with that, I'm going to kind of first start tracking her down.
Make a general investigation. You're kind of approaching the east gate at this point, and you can't help but notice a wheelbarrow being towed by this giant guy. Looks like a Goliath, if you would, and he's just carrying this wheelbarrow with looks like a couple of bodies, and he seems to be taking it out of town. One of them looks scaled.
I'm gonna quickly find out. Excuse me, sir. Do you mind if I take a quick look?
You got any dead?
Just an official coroner business.
You got any dead? Bring out your dead. No, were you here to identify?
Yes, I'm here to identify corpses.
You see a very, very burned Shella.
Fuck.
And there's just some random human that's underneath her. That looks like they got burned just as bad. Keep in mind, it is a human.
Okay, at least you're not to worry. Damn it. Where are you taking them to?
I was just gonna dump the kobold outside with the other kobolds. Did you need a use for the human corpse? I mean, it costs
Where
a little.
is the going to exactly?
Well, if you're not gonna pay for the corpse, then I'm gonna take it to the coroner in town. He starts rolling the cart and he starts heading out to where the kobolds are. Do you follow or?
Yeah, I'll follow just for a short time just to see where it's at.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of kobolds that are like, okay, so there's like a little bridge and a little ditch that's like dug around the castle, and they're like at the bottom of this bridge just hanging out. Then all of a sudden he takes this corpse of Shella and just tosses her over into the pile of kobolds. There's your dead, now get out of here. And he comes wheelbarrowing back into the city with the other corpse still in his wagon.
You know, we never did ask what the kobold relocation program was.
I know, right? And these kobolds are like, what is it? Who is this? Who is it? It's not my friend. No, do you know them? I don't know them. Who is it? And you can see them clearly not aware of who this is.
I'm going to make a quick insight to see if maybe we should grab her corpse and bring it back so somebody can revive.
That's more of a self-moral dilemma more than an insight check. What does Arthur want to do? Like, you could just flat out lie and say she couldn't find her. Then again, you are a man of honor in certain respects.
Yes, in certain respects. In other respects, again, I was...
Yeah, I know. I'm on the same page with you.
on a boat.
What to do? Yeah, they're currently tossing her around like she's a rag doll.
Yeah, I'm at least going to go over to them and try to get the corpse from them.
Yeah,
if maybe I'll just go stash it around the corner.
Yeah, make a sleight of hand. They toss it a little too far to the other guy, and then you have a chance to get her. Boom, you catch her out of midair and take her away, and they're like, oh, she disappeared. Ooh, that was close. I thought we were going to be in trouble by some angry gods who are throwing dead people at us.
No, I'm gonna resist the urge.
And the kobolds go back to this little fire that they made outside underneath this wooden bridge in the ditch that is near the castle keep, or the city part of the castle anyway. And you're able to head back up, go back to the tavern if you wish, or whatever other business you want to deal with.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly, just to not waste time, take both the corpse and get myself back, stash it around a corner real quick, and I'm just gonna go back in, talk with Faustus for a minute privately.
Oh, okay. All right. So where do you put her? Or what are you doing with Shella?
Shella's corpse, I'm gonna put it up. Oh, I guess you can't see it right there.
Oh wait, where are you at? Wasn't paying in mind. Okay. All right. So yeah. Okay. So you dump her over there. Gotcha.
Yeah, like right where my token's at.
All right. There you go. And then you go inside to go talk to Faustus at that point.
It can be the bearer of potentially good news and bad news.
Yeah. Let's see how this plays out.
You know, I must ask for the secret to these herbs and spices.
I told you it's delicious, right?
All 13 of them.
And the skin is crispy on this chicken.
It's like mother and father would never let me eat something like this back at the estate.
And
that's a crime.
The red-headed barmaid just kind of like pinches your cheeks. Well, you better eat up then, huh?
Keep cooking like this, I'll never leave.
Well, then you better keep on eating then, and I'll go get another bucket if you guys are paying.
Of course we're paying.
Well, absolutely. Let me go get that set up for you. Yeah, she runs off to get you guys another bucket. And then Arthur comes in. He seems a little slump-shouldered, perhaps. I don't know. How are you looking there, Arthur? Are you excited? Are you sad? Are you trying to pretend to be sad?
Arthur, sit down. Have some chicken.
I'm just walking in as if it was a normal day.
Yeah.
I love how this tavern is now a KFC.
Well, you can blame.
Like they're literally serving us in butt buckets now.
Yeah. A lot of chicken on the table, guys. Let's go for it.
I think I'll pass for now. Kind of a bit grimy. Faustus, I think we need to talk for just a second. It's either gonna be good or bad news, depending on how you want to take it.
I suppose.
I mean,
So
you can make
this
it
couldn't be
insight
about your
with that.
longbow, is it?
Good news is they
Oh.
had a longbow, but the bad news was there's no string. There's a shortage on strings.
No,
That's
no, the
right.
good news is they had the bowstring. The bad news is there was no actual bow.
Ah, yeah, that. Don't you hate it when it's the other way around?
All right. I'm gonna try and pull him aside for a second.
All right, so where do you head? To the rooms, to the outside, or just off to a corner?
Probably outside, kind of around a corner, not quite where Shella's corpse is at.
Okay, fair enough.
So I guess like maybe this corner or.
Yeah. Pick your poison wherever you want to land.
I was thinking more like right over in here.
Oh, that
Oh,
way.
okay,
But yeah,
yeah,
that
so-
works too.
That way you can guide you to bad news.
Okay. So I did a little bit of snooping around for Shella.
Oh, did you find her?
In a sense, yes. Yeah, she got pretty burnt up, and she's a corpse now.
There is a sort of like a blank look on his face for a moment. Excuse me, what?
All I know is I found this giant person wheeling out two corpses, a human and a Shella's corpse. No, the second one wasn't Ori because there are some rather distinct features that I would be able to identify.
I don't believe you.
At that, I'm going to pull him around and show him the corpse.
All right. Yeah. So you guys head to the back. There is a very burnt up kobold laying on the ground.
That does it act
Go north.
like? Do I actually recognize this burnt corpse as Shella?
You can make an investigation, perception, medicine. There's all kinds of rolls you guys can do. Nobody's done anything yet, so I'll let you choose.
I'm going to go with. I guess this is technically more of an investigation.
Sounds like
Alright.
he's in denial.
Yeah, he is. It's fine. He finds out he loved her after all.
Well, let's not get crazy here.
Alright, so you investigate it, and it appears that Shella was hit with a fireball spell. But this is definitely Shella.
No, Shella. You. What did you do? You didn't deserve this. You were an oddball, but you didn't deserve this at all. No, I.
Her tongue kind of like lolls out of one jaw.
Faustus is going to point his finger
Mm-hmm.
to where he knows Orin is.
Oh.
Orin, come outside, please. Your assistance is required.
Meanwhile, inside
I'm
they're eating. What was that, Orin? I cut you off.
I'm enjoying this chicken. What do you need me for?
You have the capability to speak with the dead, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Are you able to do it today?
Sure, why not?
Good thing message
Then-
is in a spell slot.
Yeah.
Why? Who do I need to talk to?
There's a brief pause for a moment, and then you just hear, Shala.
Why do I want to waste a spell like that on her?
Oren, this is not negotiable.
What? You were really gonna marry her?
No, it's just come to the side of the tavern.
Ay, Dios mío. I told her, as long as she keeps making chicken like this, I'm not leaving this tavern.
Jeez, don't make it easy, huh? Nobody gets it
I'm
easy
a-
around you.
I'm gonna look over at Faustus. Is he not? Is he going to be coming or not? Or whoever you're talking with, anyways.
Yeah, you can clearly see a blood vessel popping out of the side of Faustus as he's like directing his anger somewhere. At least I would.
Okay, you want? I got chicken in one hand.
That's fair.
Oren is being very frustrating.
And there he is.
Okay, where's the corpse?
Faustus
all-
points over to her.
Yeah, they all point to the burnt-looking kobold.
We need to know what happened to her.
Well, how do you think she died?
By my best estimation, I do believe it was a fireball.
She probably learned fireball and cast it on herself and killed herself.
Damn, that would be some shit, wouldn't it? Alright, so what do you want to do, Warren?
I guess I'm gonna waste a spell slot. Speak with the dead.
You go to cast Speak with the Dead, and you find your spell slot restored. Nothing happens.
Huh. It didn't work.
What do you
Oh, yeah.
mean it didn't work?
Freaking minus it because it does it for me. Oops.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, like you go to
So-
cast it. Go for it.
It didn't work.
Can you think of any reason for why it wouldn't work?
I've only used it once before and it worked. I had a head.
I have a thought, and I'm gonna go check for a pulse.
About
Might not be
time
dead.
somebody did. Make a medicine check.
Okay, the skill I don't have anything in.
That's fine. I'm looking forward to it. Oh my! There is a very quiet but slow pulse. She's not dead. She's just unconscious.
Oh, I can change that. Then I can get the spell to work.
Yeah, so that's why your Speak with Dead did not work. So yeah, Arthur, you know that she has a pulse.
I'm just going to very sternly look up at Oren. Well, one, she's not dead. Two, I'm going to draw my sword and point at him. We are not killing her.
Oh, that was a joke, actually. Out of for
No, that's fine. Yeah.
I know, this is more of like an automatic thing.
yeah. Well, she's not dead. I'm going back to my chicken.
No, before he goes, I'm gonna clearly put the blade in some plate. At least do something to make her conscious.
I'm not that kind of clerk.
I'm going to try something. And he's going to go up to her, and he's never done this consciously before,
Right.
but he's going to put his hands over her.
Uh-huh. You know, I might need exact locations just to be sure. Where do
On.
Yeah, on what?
Going to put them on her chest.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yep, he wants to get married to her.
We're not there yet, but we're looking for it. All right, so yeah, what do you do?
He's going to search deep inside himself, and he is going to try to willfully pass healing energy into her
As you do this,
with his healing hands.
yeah. So as you're doing this, though, you hear that voice, that motherly voice that says, "Christopher, Christopher!" But the healing starts to surge from your hands into Shella. How much do you give her? Or is there a thing you gotta...
She
Yeah.
gets 6 HP,
Nice. So
equal to my level.
Alright, so she gets +6. Nice. She blinks. She... as she opens her eyes, she grabs your hand. Faustus, is that you?
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank the gods you're awake.
I saw something terrible. She kind of like trembles in your hands as she clearly was near death. Felt
So,
like I
shall
fell
I-
20 feet and got hit in the head with a giant fire thing.
You were hit by a fireball by my guess, but where were you, Shella? What happened to Ori?
Well, I told Ori I felt bad for not finding the location and remembering. So I thought I'd do the thing where you said make sure I complete my tasks. So I went, and I went with Ori. We went to go find the place. We found an abandoned warehouse, and we started exploring. We went in. We went down some stairs, and there was this big tabulate-looking thing. And then all of a sudden, and she like blinks for a minute. No, that can't be right. That can't be right at all. And you can see, you can clearly see she's panicking at this point.
Calm down, Shella. Breathe.
Hey,
You've been through a lot.
Ori, turned on me. I don't know, something happened. Like she started saying, I hear a voice. I'm like, what voice? I don't hear nothing. No voice talks to me. She's coughing up a little bit. The next thing I know, she just didn't seem herself anymore. She reached for some black robes that were nearby. and I just took a step back. She aimed a hand at me. And I got, what are you doing? We're on the same side, you know. And then she kind of like shakes her head. Like, no, that can't be right. That can't be right.
What can't be right, Shella?
Some other person came behind her. Just kind of like put a hand on her shoulder and says, light him up. That's all he said to her. And then all of a sudden, I got lit up and I ran like the hell. I tripped out the door of the warehouse as the blast went off. And then I passed out. And then the camera like zooms into the scene where she's like outside the warehouse and there's this Goliath who's got the wheelbarrows with one corpse in it already, and he picks her up and puts her in it and starts wheeling it out. I don't know what came over her.
Based on this information, would I be able to approximate what happened?
You know what? I could say this above table then. All right, for purposes of Ori not being with us anymore, which we do miss you, we're sorry to have you go, but Ori has been absorbed into the cultists of Tiamat. She failed a wisdom save as she approached this stone epitaph that depicts the five-headed dragon of Tiamat. And the desire to worship Tiamat grew within her. And Shella actually saved. And she kind of like looked at her friend who is now lost to this new desire, this new obsession of hers, and then one of the cultists just kind of like came out of the background and says, "Light him up." And she did so. Chased her up the stairs, and right before she got to the door, a fireball went off, and she passed out on the outskirts and just got picked up. Needless to say, she knows where the temple is now, or the warehouse. I know where to go, though. I did find that. I was making sure I did diligent. That was what you guys said, right? Make sure to come back with information that's reliable, so I did so. But it cost me Ori.
Well, we're going to focus on the positives for now. You are okay, although a bit burnt
Uh,
up.
She tries to stand up, and then she has a thought, and then she stumbles to the ground. Oh, I feel so weak.
Hold on, I'll carry you to my room where you can rest.
And yeah, you lean down to pick her up, and she kind of like grapples you with her arm so you can pick her up off the ground. And then we see like a little winky eye in the camera. Like I was waiting for Faustus to say insight check.
No, he's not focused on that right now.
Yeah. So Faustus picks up Shella. Shella winks at Arthur, I guess, and then Faustus carries her to the room.
Yeah, just I guess maybe this room.
Fair enough. And all right, cool. So yeah, you set her down, and she like reluctantly lets you go. Like you feel like she didn't want to, and you can still see her hand just kind of like clench it to your vest or whatever you're wearing. Don't leave me here. I feel scared.
You're perfectly safe here, Shella.
Are you sure? What if Ori finds me?
I don't believe that Ori will be coming back.
What? No, that can't be. We ordered dresses. And I paid for them. She lies.
I know how you feel, but there are certain forces in this world outside of our control, and we have to learn to accept them if we hope to move forward.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. She will.
I don't like it either, Shella. And you can tell he's kind of like having his own side conversation with himself as he's doing this.
Right. Yeah.
Just
Is there-
please get some rest, Shella. We will get our revenge, I can assure you. But we need you at full strength. Okay?
Right. Absolutely.
It's like, and with that, it's like, try to get some rest. I'll be sure to lock the door behind me.
Faustus, you're gonna check on me, right?
Of course. Now, please.
Could I get some water?
Yes, one moment.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
He'll-
definitely just giving you a command to come back.
Yeah. But he doesn't really care right now.
Right.
He just goes up to the bar like, could I possibly borrow a glass of water from you?
Oh, like you're gonna give it back to me later? No, you can have a glass though. And yeah, they'll fix you a glass of water to take to her.
Yeah, just it's like, here you are, Shalla.
Thank you so much.
Now, again, I must insist that you rest. Those burns won't heal themselves if you just stay awake this long.
All right. And yeah, she kind of like cozies down, and she is clearly tired, but she seems happier that you've kind of like nursed her, so she definitely feels justified in everything that's happening here.
That he'll leave the room and make sure that the door is locked and start making his way back over to the others. It's like, oh, there you are, Arthur.
Well, it's just
Yes.
sorry, couldn't help but overhear a conversation with Michelle earlier. Did you by chance happen to catch where she said that temple was at, or?
Well, she says she most certainly remembers the location, but I decided not to press on it for now because she's not quite in the state for it.
Yeah, damn it. Yeah, I can't exactly go there either, because then she'll want to go with, and
Yes, that's what
I
I was
don't
sort of afraid of, and she can't go in that condition.
know. But we really can't leave. Damn it.
And
We just kind of,
he is going to like realizing that he's still technically outside the room, he is going to message you in his head. Make no mistake, Arthur. While I can't ever love Shella, I do still care for her. Do you understand that?
yeah. And I will mentally reply, I understand this. Why do you think I brought her corpse back here?
And then in the message, I do thank you for that. You didn't have to, but
I
I
know.
wasn't really sure of you before, but whether you believe it or not, I do believe that you are a more upstanding person than you believe yourself to be.
Yeah. We'll see if you believe that after you hear my life story. Eventually. Can't really bore you to that fate, but one problem at a time.
Yes, we'll table that discussion for now. Let's rejoin the others. They'll probably want to know the rest.
I suppose I'm probably gonna get bitch slapped for putting a blade in Orin's armor, but okay.
That Faustus goes out back into the common area. Well, she is very badly hurt and very exhausted, but it appears that she will recover. She does seem to now remember exactly where she was. Surprisingly.
That's good.
Although she's in certainly no state to move right now, so I think it best that we wait on approaching that particular warehouse for this point.
Kronk's gonna reach over and whack Arthur on the top of the head with the back end of his spear.
Oh,
It's kind of recoil from that a little bit. Yeah, I suppose I deserved that one.
Why do you have to be so mean to your friends?
Because I honestly thought that someone would be leaving someone else for dead, but that all worked out in the end.
we're level 5, right?
We're level
6.
6 right now.
Oh, you're 6. Okay. Continue. Got my own thing going on right now.
Well then, I guess until we can ensure Shella's recovery, I do believe we were discussing the problem with the orcs.
There have been orcs that people think might be here to hurt other people.
So yes, that much I can certainly recall. Oh, that's right. You were out shopping for a longbow at the time.
Oh yeah, that never did happen. That can wait till later.
Well then, should we perhaps go and investigate? We could stop by the store on our way over.
I'm up for getting.
We use a cover of night to spy. It might be a good time to go.
Did the notice say anything about them mostly being active at night?
It only said about their rough area.
So if they're spying, they're probably gonna, and they're planning an attack. The best time would be nighttime. So that would be when they're probably out.
But that may be trouble. I'm the only person among our group that is able to see clearly in the darkness.
Well, you can be our eyes, and then when we see them, then I can bring the light.
We will need to take careful consideration of our movements, but I suppose that would be a particular strategy.
Well, you can talk in our heads, so you can easily communicate without any of our enemies knowing.
Well, additionally, I can also send Dorian ahead of me to a suspicious area. That could increase our range further.
Yes. So I think we'll be fine. And if they've been scouting out, they may not be bunched up themselves, so we may be able to get the drop on them.
I guess really the one major problem would be and just kind of like looks at Kronk. You're not exactly the stealthiest among us either.
I have a question. With Dorian, can you talk through Dorian with your mind trick?
I am not capable of talking through Dorian. But really, the only thing I would need to do is simply stand at a point between Dorian and the rest of you, and we would effectively be able to double our range.
Okay.
Alright. If you guys want, we can go ahead and take our break.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And then we'll get back
The party returns to the bucket of chicken.
Yeah,
has
the
been-
bucket of chicken, the eating commences once more, as some plants seem to have gotten dowered or otherwise misappropriated until later. Who knows? We'll figure it out. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take a 5-minute break. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a bit. And yeah, see you in a little. Yep. Oh, sorry, we're not trying to break the screen. We are back from break. We're gonna get right back into it. And I left you guys without any music. I apologize. I'll try to remember that next break, which we shouldn't have. Anyway, we jump back in with a bucket of chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy, and a hurt Shella laying in the bed where Faustus is staying. What are we doing? Besides eating.
Well, we're gonna be planning on going to investigate those orcs, right?
So yes, I suppose that if the intention is that we do this closer to the evening, we'll have a bit of time to kill, as it were.
Well, we might be better off going when there's sunlight because we might be able to find some clues of where they're going, and then we can set up an ambush or at least have an idea where to look at night.
Potentially.
It's probably about 1 in the afternoon still. Like, you guys pretty much did all this during the middle of the day. Like, lunch rush is finishing up. You're downing, like, your 5th bucket of chicken. You're probably gonna owe about 5 gold pieces at this point, but hey, gold comes easy for you guys, right?
Yep. All of mine's gold.
Mm-hmm. So, is there any events that we need to go over at the tavern, or are we just going to wait for the day to pass through? Is there anything particular you want to do, or investigate, dissect, or likewise?
If we leave sooner, we may see tracks and camps that they were hiding in.
So, I suppose we could make the start now. We have no way of knowing exactly how far they would have gone. If we do find some tracks, it may bring us into the evening anyway.
Alright, intention is to get an early start then. Go ahead and see if you can find these tracks.
I believe that's the agreement we have come to.
Yep. I want to try and get a longbow before we leave.
Yeah, if you want to just buy it outright, it's 50 gold.
Let me move the 50 gold.
Mm-hmm. And you can add a longbow to your inventory. Yeah, you got that tankard you got from the other place, and you're just getting refills now, Frank. Yeah, you easily get a refill to your tankard, and you're free to rejoin your group as you all prepare for a little road trip. How do you plan to get there? Is it going to be all on foot, or?
Oren's fine with walking.
I don't think it's particularly far.
I mean, nobody
Don't think there's-
asked
don't think there's a
exactly
public
how
bus
far
system.
out it is. Well, I don't imagine these things to be real close to the city, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, so the 4 of you travel outside the eastern gates, and you can hear loud clattering and dishes and disbursement going on. As you look down, you see about 6 kobolds gathered around a small campfire. There's like 4 tents popped up down there at this little ditch, and the guards are just casually looking over, making sure the kobolds aren't burning down the bridge. But yeah, they're gathered down there, just staying in their own little cubbyhole, and you guys cross over, and you start to make your way eastward at this point.
Good question.
Yep.
These were the same kobolds that I had
Yep.
found earlier, yes?
Mm-hmm. A couple
I
more
get that
has rejoined
resistance.
their group. Go for it.
I'm going to quickly look over to the side where they are not, and in a very deep and potentially terrifying voice, like almost like that of a god, I'm going to shout over, "You have desecrated a corpse. You shall pay the price."
Are you using anything to project this, or just your lungs? I'm just checking for a friend.
Just my own voice. There are
Make-
guards about, so I'm not risk gonna change
All
that.
right, make an intimidation check. Pretty strong. They kind of like look spooked for a minute, and three of them start grabbing to the other one, and then they're grabbing at each other's faces, and then constantly like, "No, you let me go! We're being desecrated. We gotta get out of here. We need to leave. No, we stay here." An elderly one like comes out of a pop tent, and he's like looking around for the source of this voice. "What was that noise? I didn't hear a word." He seems apparently deaf. "Did you hear the voice? It said we must leave. We desecrated a corpse." "What? We desecrated what?" And he's like, "We're not going anywhere. Sit your asses down." And they seem convinced that they need to stay put, but they are frightened.
Why is there a group of kobolds outside of the city? This is not their normal territory.
Those might be the ones that are on the quest board.
Oh yes, they're probably the ones that they want relocated.
They needed kobolds relocated.
It
Yeah,
have
that-
something to do with their sewers.
There was something about gnolls. There was something about defending the cheese.
Defending the cheese.
Yeah.
Great cheese
Right.
war will happen. I swear it. Oh,
Bring a bunch of caravans with cheese, protecting it to head to Dragon's Spine. I think we know why.
Do we?
We rise as one, my friend.
Like, above game, like, I don't think we technically came to this realization.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure Orm. Because
I
it's
mean, rats
cheese.
like cheese, and it does make sense, I guess, to a certain degree. Like everybody has their assumptions, and that's just the largest assumption.
Especially because Dragon Spine, rats, lots of cheese.
I mean,
I
there
feel
has
like
been an
that's just
influx.
stereotyping.
Maybe there's a cheese festival going on. Make a history check.
Let's see if there's a history. Let's see if there's a cheese festival going on. Let's see.
Like, you might be
What?
misinformed. You know
Watch,
what the-
I'm gonna crit and
Okay, you see, I'm totally buying advantage on that one.
I was just gonna say, you know what the beauty of this is? Whether you're wrong or right, I could easily say, yeah, there is a cheese festival going on.
you could even. I got a crit fail and a crit.
I don't even know how to use my cookie clusters. Oh, wait, here we go.
Oh, yeah. You click on the little icon down there, and then you pick whatever thing you're looking for, in this case, advantage, and then you type your name afterwards, and then hit enter. And
I
boom,
spelled
I
the
am
name wrong.
Friend? That's an interesting name. Is that a different character you play?
Oh, it's the advantage roll on Orin for his history.
Orin, oh, okay, so yeah. Well, Orin, re-roll. Because I don't let you take the advantage roll that you rolled. Perfect.
Shenanigans!
Another
Yeah.
crit fail over there too.
I mean, Arthur can make this check too if you want.
The dice are angry with
Orin.
Orin.
Keeper of lore and knowledge in this world. Say no.
Yeah.
With how good I've been doing these rolls.
I can give you. There you go. I didn't even have to give you advantage. I was about to say I could. Yeah. So the cheese festival that you know about isn't for another 3 months. Like, they usually do this during the winter just to help pass the time during the winter months. And Dragonspine is naturally a little bit warmer than most places in the winter, so that tracked. But it seems like they're getting prepared a little too early. But maybe it's dispensable to say they just want to be prepared. Hey, I'll give you a cheese festival. I'm giving you plenty of time to go get it. It's like Thanksgiving, actually, if you want to think of it in terms of holidays. So, like, the cheese festival is Thanksgiving, and Jubilee is Christmas. So there you go. There's a reference.
It's like this might just be their normal proceeding after all. If cheese does after all age fairly well.
It's true.
Does Arthur share any of that info?
I
That
was
it-
gonna say, like, it is a cheese festival, yes, but not for another 3 months.
But then there you go. They might just simply be trying to offer a wider variety of aged cheeses 3 months in advance.
You want to make a bet, Mega? Faustus?
Out of character bet, real money, or in character, real? No.
I'm just saying it's a bit stereotypical to just assume that that rats will just naturally enjoy cheese at any given moment. That's sort of like saying that any homosexual that you find will just sleep with anyone.
Meanwhile, Shell is having a dream about you.
I wouldn't think about that, but if that's what you think about, go right ahead.
I could ask the rats if they would leave the cheese alone.
No way, boss. We need to eat the cheese. We're sorry, but we're in this for the long run. Yeah.
But at
You know
any
what I-
rate, we'll most certainly need to put a pin on the kobold's situation.
Yeah, you guys continue traveling out the east gate. Midday, about 2-ish in the afternoon, 1:30 to 2, as you kind of like travel out of the city. And for now, you're on the eastern road, and as you're traveling east, you do notice like several like small paths that kind of like go south in intervals. You can like choose to go off into these paths. Like you imagine these paths would be like hunters going into the field, and they got like a long trail that they got that goes into the wilder sections of the woods close to the castle. But how do you want to assess, figure out questions about the area? What do you have?
So, Kronk,
Yes.
so you two have the ability to speak with the local wildlife, don't you?
If they want to speak back, yes.
Well, I'm most certain that if you were to tell them you would be able to get rid of some very scary creatures, I'm sure they would offer whatever they could.
Oh, that's a good idea, Faustus.
There are
Hmm.
not a lot of animals that would be afraid of orcs. The birds are too fast and the squirrels are too small.
If we can find a bird, maybe the birds have seen their camp.
They have generally been very nice before.
Can't hurt to ask.
Do you want to try to talk to the wildlife?
Yeah, I'll roll survival for what kind of animal I find, I guess, or something, or...
Yeah. Let's do like you could do a perception or nature check just to see what's in the local vicinity if you want. Oh, wow. Oh,
Ain't nothing.
yeah. You're not a ranger by chance, are you? Favored terrain? No. Okay. um. So, yeah, you kind of like look around, and most of the creatures can't help but notice that there's a bunch of squirrels, and then they look in fear and just run directly away from your party.
There does not seem to be many animals that wish to talk.
That's disappointing. But then I suppose the next course of action would be... I mean, orcs are quite large fellows. I'm sure that there might be some traces of them still around.
I will see if I can find some footprints.
Are you guys heading south at any point here, though? Just so I can give you some opportunities on other checks.
If they said it was on like the southern wall, we would probably still try to make our way in that direction as we're searching.
All right, yeah. So like I said, you had to travel a little bit east, and then like there's several hunters paths that lead into the forestous region that you're about to go into. It doesn't matter which and when, I guess, at this point, but they all kind of like seem to lead in certain directions. Like if you're closer to the castle, it goes east. If you were to go midway, it kind of like it's like they're all going to converge on the same path as they kind of like lean into each other. So as you travel down one of the paths, you can see like separate paths coming from the north, meeting here on this convergent. Kind of like this little section right here that we're seeing, right? Like there's a path from the north that came up here, and then a path that you guys were walking, and it just keeps going south in one big path at this point. Make perception checks, everybody, as we assume that everybody's looking around for stuff. Only you would have rolled that instead. Yeah, Arthur, you know what the problem is? There's no gold to be found anywhere, and you're just not interested. Let's see here. Oren, there's like just looking around, you could tell there's a little bit like this is Oren and Faustus. You could tell it's a little bit quiet. A little too quiet. Like there's no animals nearby. It seems like this place has been disturbed already. All the wildlife that was in this vicinity has either been scared away or dealt with. But Krunk, you would see like a few quail that have been killed but left for dead, sitting at the edge of a tree.
How long have they been there?
It looks fresh. They look like they took an arrow. Like one of them has an arrow that's currently sticking out of it.
If they're fairly fresh, I'll quickly clean them up and keep them with me.
All right. As food
Climate-
preparation, or tell me how
Yeah,
you're
food
preparing.
prep.
Okay, cool. So you start plucking off their feathers and get them ready for any kind of meal that you decide to make. So, and I would say with that perception check and the arrow that you currently popped out of it, that there was a hunt here. Like somebody missed this quarry, this prey that they found, and they either lost this arrow and didn't realize it got a quail or whatever. But the arrow definitely looks orcish. It's got like a black shaft, broken foul arrow head, not arrow, but the feathers. Sorry, go ahead.
This does not look like a human arrow. It looks like it may have been from an orc.
That means we're in the right area.
Then that should mean that there's probably some clues to designate where they might have gone.
Let me get up high real quick.
Yeah,
Athletics or acrobatics?
sure. Depends. Are you parkouring?
Yeah, I'm kind of just jumping about trying to get up there.
I'll give you acrobatics. Like I don't like if you're swinging yourself around like a monkey. I think that's fair. All right. So we see Arthur start climbing up a tree, spiraling himself from limb to limb, acrobatically getting to the top. And yeah, make a new perception check. You look and look. Definitely nothing to the north. And then you get your bearing. Look to the east, nothing in that direction. You look to the west, nothing in that direction. Then you look far south. You can see smoke, gray smoke coming. Looks like a total of 3 billows of smoke. And from here, just it's kind of hard to see. There's a lot of shrubbery that's kind of like blocking any other visual reference, but you could swear you could see like what might look like a popped tent, but it's kind of hard to tell.
That I'm going to kind of get down low enough to where I can talk with them quietly.
Okay.
I've got some smokestacks up to the south, far to the south.
Must be where they are, possibly.
How
Well, it
many
sounds very
trees away?
careless of them.
Yeah, I would agree if they are trying to be spying in the area, but yeah, that is kind of strange. It could just be some.
Yeah, could be other hunters, but I'd say let's double check to make sure.
I agree. We should
But-
check it.
Yeah, most definitely keep an eye on your surroundings. This may very well be a sort of, if you'll permit the term, smokescreen.
A trap. Yes, I could be.
All right.
How many trees away was it?
I'm gonna take a look back up. I don't know.
I'll give you a range, and then you try to decipher this. We'll say it's about 500 feet away.
I'm gonna say at least it's quite a ways. It's a little bit of ways away.
All right, Arthur. You see two large creatures approaching your vicinity, and because of your high passive, you're able to alert your party before they get a sneak attack in on you guys.
You got company coming.
All right, and at this point, I need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative. We're finally doing combat, guys. Woo woo!
We did it! We did it! We did
Yay.
it! Yeah, yeah, we did it!
Let's see if the API is working. Nice. Yes, I am calling you Arthur as well, my friend. I am speaking to you because I am psychic. No. Have a viewer who said their name's Arthur. They were getting confused. Alright, are we all on that initiative?
Yep.
Alright, the order starts with Arthur. You need to get down from that tree. I would say you're only about 20 feet up. But if you want to make an acrobatics, maybe you can get down faster, and I'll give you most of your movement. Unfortunately, it takes 15 feet of your movement to get to the bottom of the tree. Apparently, one of the branches snapped under your foot and you had to recollect yourself, but you're able to go ahead and move 15 more when you get to the bottom. Which is probably all you need, actually. Damn, I should have taken away more.
Technically, I didn't even need to get down. I could have just shot him.
Oh yeah, you want to stay up there too. I was just offering options.
Nah. Need more frontliners. Not really, but I'll go and draw both short swords, and yeah, I'm gonna go for the nearest one.
Alright, that would be the direwolf and the orc riding it. You want to go after the orc or the direwolf?
Direwolf.
Fair enough. Let's see here. We got a 15. That is a hit.
Ignore sneak. I forgot to take that off.
No problem. Continue. Offhand, short sword, missing stuff. Anything else for your turn?
Oh, that was my bonus action, so nope.
Oh yeah, that's true. So one of these orcish figures will at least come up 30. And then let me pull up their character sheet and toss a javelin at somebody. I feel like this would go in Faustus or Orin. Alright, Orin. We're going to try to hit you with a javelin. 17. Does not hit because screw you and your armor. Wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet. Give me half a second.
1. I gave you a whole second, buddy.
So generous.
I know.
All right. I think I'm just gonna come and stand in front of Faustus and just hold my action.
All right, what are you holding?
Probably a spell.
Well, I mean, I need details, my friend. Okay. What's the trigger then?
If one of these other orcs comes in around here somewhere.
All right. And that finishes your turn?
Yeah.
All right, this one will take a javelin towards our rogue. 14 probably misses. Oh, maybe not.
14 is exact.
Oh no, we need to get you some better gear, buddy. 7 points of piercing damage. You want to do something about that?
No mental buff of it.
I was just wondering if we had uncanny dodge or not.
Oh, I do. I'm just. Do I really want to take it for 7 damage?
Yeah, it's up to you. If you're good,
I mean, it's a
Faust-
reaction.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
get-
reaction. Like you don't use it usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, take half damage.
It is a
but
reaction.
I was giving you a chance to use it if you need to. If not, we'll move on.
I'll go ahead and take it.
All right, 7 piercing damage as a javelin lands into your leg, and you're just kind of like it bounces out afterwards, and you're kind of like busted up with some blood coming out of there. And it is now Faustus' turn.
Okie dokie.
Dokie.
Okie dokie. Artichoke. Hello, my friends. My name is Pokey. Oh,
Me?
that's dumb. I'm going to. Actually, I'm probably in a fairly safe position right now. But
Yeah, you
seeing
have-
that there is a.
do have a
Sorry, go
Kronk in
ahead.
front. No, I was just gonna say you do have a Kronk in front of you. So
Yeah, but immediately seeing a direwolf and having some non-flashbacks,
God. Yeah, that's right.
he's immediately
Flashback.
going to point at that thing and hex it.
Left or right?
The one on the right side of the screen.
All right, cool. Hex it is. So your hex moves as a bonus action without recasting it because you had it on earlier, right?
Mhm.
And it lasts for 8 hours.
But it's like I did that. Did that meal count as a short rest? I should probably ask.
Technically, yes.
Yeah, because like then you probably would have dropped concentration on it because I can't move it if the target is still alive.
Oh, okay, cool. I was just checking.
Yeah,
Checking
just
for
like keeping honest, because while I would love to have more
A
spells to
free-
use, but-
Yeah, no problem, no problem. So the dire wolf gets hexed. Imagine.
and it will
strength.
have disadvantage on strength checks,
Yep. I figured.
and then it's going to get the business end of some Eldritch Blasts.
Let it have it. The
Are
12
you hungry like the wolf?
missed. Only one hit. So you don't get to sing a further bar on that one. Wow. Wow.
That is.
That is super sad.
Wait a minute,
Even
that's
I'm.
impossible.
That's
Actually, that's impossible.
it's
Hold
not.
on.
No, it's missing your charisma modifier if you have that.
Yeah, like I don't. It should still be there. I don't know why it's not there right now.
What's your charisma mod? And you can look at it.
It's 5, so
Alright.
it's
Minus 5
8
more.
damage.
Gotcha. No problem. All right, so I'll do that, and then you can go look at that macro. Anything else?
Yeah, that ends my turn.
Very well. It is orc number. Well, they don't have orc numbers. I didn't have time to number them. On top of his brave, dire steed, he will throw a javelin. Let's go for the turtle. Give everybody a little love today. A 10. A 10 lands in front of you, and a javelin sticks into the ground right in front of you, Kronk.
You can give it a little kick.
Direwolf carries his rider over to here and growls angrily at Faustus. Hey, flashback time. Does not like the fact that you did stuff. So let's take a bite.
Does that trigger your thing?
No.
So that's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, 19 hits.
Yeah. And I could have sworn that these direwolves had the tackle down ability to like make you go prone. Why is it not here anymore? Am I imagining that, or?
But I know
That.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know.
So okay, okay. Roll 20. You're taking away stuff here. I need you to make a strength saving throw, because here it is. Roll 20 needs to fix its shit. And now you are knocked prone. DC was 13 on that. So the wolf leers up, grabs your arm, and you're having those very, very familiar flashbacks as you get tackled to the ground and you take the 10 piercing damage from the bite.
get off, get out. No, not again.
Meanwhile, the other dire wolf is going to take a bite out of our other ally, the orc, or the rogue. Sorry, going blank.
No,
23.
I'm gonna burn it.
10. Are you doing?
I just wanted to main concentration on Hex.
Oh, okay, cool. And looks like
So
you made
I
it.
used my Dark One's luck.
Nice. All right, so let's see. We do. Okay, you're gonna uncanny dodge
So,
this one.
I'm taking
5
uncanny dodge, so I've already went ahead and deducted.
All right, go ahead and make a strength save for me as it takes a bite out of your arm and tries to drag you to the ground. Oh, no. But you only take 5 points of damage, so that's good. And you are knocked prone to the ground as it just... Orin, you're up.
Okay.
Yeah, Kronk hasn't activated it yet. He can let me know if he wants it to go off. What do you got for me, Orin?
Good attack. The direwolf.
All right, direwolf, that's a hit. For 9.
9 bludgeon.
Anything else?
I will do Shield of Faith and give myself +2 AC.
Like you need more. Oh, okay, chat. Look at this shit. Okay, this guy has 21 AC. Does he need more AC? I don't even think these guys can hit 23, let alone 21. Aye. All right. Is that all for your turn?
Yes.
Just have a character there, Star.
Yeah.
So I know what I said about what my trigger on it was. Can I change it a little bit and still just cast it, but somewhere different and without that?
Yeah. Where do you want it? Yeah. Where do you want it?
I think we're putting it right about here.
All right. Can you post that for me again so I can see how big? $20
Should end just before me.
Let me see if I... God damn it. So 20 foot would actually mean 40-foot diameter. Oh, this would be
Yeah.
a spear, though, right? Hold on, I might have a better idea. Let's just find something. Do this. Give a token. Or... And where do you want it? Like right there?
Like right here should be epicenter.
Yeah, you got it right. Cool. Yeah, that works. Okay, cool. And this does... Do they need to make a check now, or when they... Or do they even do a check? The ground in 20-foot radius centered upon a point, twists and sprouts, thorns and spikes, So we see the forest get wilder on the main road. When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4. So for every... Okay, so this is the one where they start walking, they take damage, right?
Yep.
Alright, cool. Got it. Alright then. And they can make a wisdom perception check against your spell DC to recognize terrain as hazardous before it. Well, about that. You know what? Let me... It's fair, right? What is it? What is it? Wisdom perception? And what's your spell DC?
14.
Yeah, so this one here takes a step back this way to get out of your area of effect. I guess that would still trigger, right? Or
Yeah, you should still take 2d4.
alright, go ahead and give me 2d4 damage since this is yours. This is your spell. That guy's kind of screwed. I don't know if he wants to move. Is it pin if he noticed? Alright, so he takes 5 points of damage.
Oops, sorry.
No, you're fine. 2d4, right? Cool. So he steps on a bunch of thorns and he's yelping as his foot is covered in all these thorns and he's bleeding and he's trying to pluck the thorns out as he tries to finish his movement. And yeah, he'll just be back there now that he's he can use an action to dash, I guess, but and then I'll finish his turn. Oops, I did them out of order, I think. Alright, let me back up and get the one that's on the direwolf. He's going to swing his great axe at the rogue. Gets an 11 and misses. Alright, now let's go back to the top. That guy, I moved. That means it's Arthur's turn. He had advantage, too. That's hilarious.
11 exact. Okay, with that, I'm going to get up and swing myself around to try and kill the orc on the direwolf.
Go for it.
Maybe even take control of the direwolf in the process.
Ooh, interesting try. Let's see what happens.
Okay,
Then-
so should I make an acrobatics check real quick?
Well, you should make an attack roll on the orc to see if you can kill him first. Otherwise, this ain't... Okay. Well, not enough to kill him, though. Very close. Very, very close. So you
Don't
leap
have
up there, you take a...
sec.
Yeah, you slash at him, but he kind of repels you back to the ground, so you can't... you'd have to kill him before you try to do anything with the direwolf. And so he just kind of pushes you off the direwolf and puts you back to where you were standing. But he took a very severe wound across the neckline. Anything else?
Trying that again.
Oh yeah, you do have an offhand. That hits. And that's supposed to be how much?
Oh, that's the entire damage.
But you don't have advantage.
Oh, no, I don't. So that'd
Yeah.
be 5 damage.
So 5. Okay. Well, that's enough to do it. So he falls dead off his direwolf. And if you have movement, you can try to make an acrobatics and an animal handling to try to stay on the direwolf. 24, you're on it. Wow, okay, the direwolf is confused. He doesn't know what to do. And he's looking around for where you went, but he knows he has a passenger still. So he kind of mistakens you for the orc that was currently on him.
You are my friend now. Let us go kill.
Let me put you to the front, and then I'll put you right there. All right, let's make a perception check as a... Okay, cool. 5, 10, 15. So he moves 3 times, so 2d4 times 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Wow, okay. Keeps stepping through all this bush and shrubbery, and he's letting out groan, but he finally gets to you with his great axe. And he takes a swing at you, Kronk. Ooh.
Oh yeah,
21.
that'll hit.
And he slashes you for 13 damage. Is this a concentration by chance? I think it was.
I got the wrong
yeah,
one open.
yeah, it says concentration. So give me a concentration check when you're done there.
That's wisdom or?
It is Constitution. The land becomes pure again. You lose concentration on a spell. But I think you did all the damage you needed to do, right? Yeah, everybody's up here now. He's looking rough. He's got all these vines that are wrapped around him, clawing deep into his chest. He's ragged at breath. He took a swing with the axe, comes down on your shell, takes a good chunk out of your right shoulder. And Kronk, it is your turn to respond.
I'm gonna hit him with frostbite.
Con save, they're pretty good. It just shakes its face in front of your frostbite. Alright, is that all for you?
Yes, sir.
Seeing this wild rogue get up here on top of the direwolf, he will try to attack you and get him off. So he'll just take his great axe and swing above the direwolf at Arthur. And gets a 9. The direwolf kind of like leaps back and keeps you from getting hit. Faustus, we're back to you.
All right.
All left. What are you talking about?
All right. So Faustus is going to. I guess I forget. It's just prone, right? I'm not currently grappled, am I?
No. You're just prone. Yeah, it knocks you down. So half movement to get up.
Just double checking.
Yep.
It's just, he's gonna sit his ass back up.
Yep. You're back up.
And you know what? I'm gonna totally take the disadvantage on this. He is going to make those point blank Eldritch Blast strikes at this dire wolf.
Okay, that sounds good. Go for it.
He is frustrated.
I mean, you can always take a step back, right? Oh, wow. You know what? You blast him twice in the face. Let's see some damage. Did you fix your modifier?
Get out of my way! Get out of my way! Get out of my way!
25, right?
The 13, 23, 25, yep.
And you slay this direwolf. So tell me how this Eldritch Blast just tears into him.
Yeah, it's like, even though it's like a disadvantaged, he's just like waving his fingers around and just like literally eviscerating this thing as it like swirls around, like slicing through its face, its body. It's like this thing is making a bloody mess.
Away with you! This orc will make a dex save to see if he lands on the ground or if he goes prone.
Faustus is working through some unfortunate PTSD.
Doesn't. Yeah, this guy here, he falls prone. He's like, did not expect you to kill his mount and is now bewildered now that he is prone. Anything else?
Then he stares at him. Then he stares at him, and suddenly this orc feels unease as he has been hexed.
But you know what's weird? Make a perception check.
Perception. This is an interesting thing during a fight.
He looks just like Jeff. Not quite, but he has that chiseled jaw line, you know? But more orc.
Actually, that is a nat 20, so I think I would recognize if it actually was Jeff.
Oh no, it's not Jeff, but it looks almost like him. It's almost like this must be family.
Wait,
You're right.
wait a minute. Do you know a Jeff?
Oh. Okay, so you say that, right? He stops for a minute. Yeah, he stops for a minute. It's like, wait, you know Jeff?
Yes, Betten Dragonspine.
Is that where he is now? Stands up. He looks around. He's like, your friend here is about to kill me, Annie. But he like looks you over there. He's like, I don't know. He's like use? Make a either persuasion or something to kind of like talk him over, I guess. Persuasion sounds good.
Do a persuasion.
Yeah.
Oh,
12.
ignoring the.
Oh, just 10.
Yeah. I can't act guidance during combat.
No, it's fine. Well, Orc makes wisdom save, so he's a little bit above. Okay, so technically, like the +1 that he got over on you doesn't necessarily mean you failed. It's just like a gauge, right? So we're gauging this conversation. So he's got his great axe out and he's looking around. He's like, "Yeah, I know Jeff, but who are you guys and why are you near our camp?"
I think that's more than 6 seconds would allow.
Yeah. I'll move on. I was just gonna kind of like give everybody a chance to process anything. That one. What is this dire wolf gonna do? Arthur, I need to make an animal. Yeah, make another animal handling to stop it from attacking your allies. I'm gonna roll wisdom on the dire wolf. He kind of like drags you up this way, and he's gonna try to take a bite out of Warren. You try to stop him, but this dire wolf had a orcish master, so it's still following original orders. Misses, like we had to worry about that with a 23 AC, right? Orin, how else would you like to play this game? I want to attack the Iron Man. Orin, are you there?
Looks like he just dropped for a second.
Oh no. Did he say something somewhere? I see a couple new messages.
Bounce back in.
Oh, there you are. Orin, it's your go.
Okay, it's my turn.
Yep.
So, let's see. I'm going to go after the dire wolf that just attacked me.
You see Arthur on top of it trying to tell it no.
Okay, actually, first I'm gonna hit. Yeah, but I have him talking to this orc, and dire wolf tried to attack me. So yeah, dire wolf. 22.
Oh, that is. The dire wolf lets out a sharp bludgeoning noise. Like the no wasn't bad enough. Now it gets beaten in the nostril with a mace. So yeah, it kind of like retracts a bit. Anything else, Orin?
Let's put Spirit Guardian right beside me right here.
Spirit Guardians doesn't require you to be beside you. It is you. Spirit weapon? Okay, I'm about to say. There's a difference between the two. There you go.
And then that.
That's a hit.
Hey, it's actually working this time.
Now you jinxed it.
10 force damage.
Still alive. Anything else for your turn as you batter this thing with your mace and then a spiritual weapon?
I'll move right there. Yeah, I'll move over there.
Alright, yeah, that orc will go up north there and try to close in on Arthur. And he'll just like yell at you, "Get back our dire wolf, that's not yours." It takes a swing and misses profusely because the dice are against the DM at the moment. And Arthur, you get to take a swing at me now.
I just look down at him. Bitch, this is my dire wolf now.
No, give it back. It's mine. Ow. Alright, anything else? He's still standing.
Does the second one hit, or?
Yeah, actually it does. And, yeah, how do you kill this orc?
Just gonna slash its head off and maybe feed it to the dire wolf.
Yeah, the head goes
Now,
flying, and the
he-
direwolf looks at it.
Thinks
Ooh, it's like groaning from the 2 battered beats that it got in the face. It's kind of having trouble concentrating on what you're trying to tell it to do.
now, good. Orc bad. Kill orc.
Meanwhile, the orc over here by our turtle friend will take another great axe swing at him. But gets a 9 this time. Crunk, you're able to deflect that off you, and you may answer in kind.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stab him.
Go for it. You got that +1 advantage. Nice, that's a hit.
I can add the damage to this one though.
Alright.
I just add it to my spear.
No problem. And with that, you kill him. How does your spear finish the job?
Straight through the heart.
Kind of like grips your spear, and then you slap it out. You just kind of like forced to let go.
Yep.
You know, I keep thinking, why don't orcs have their... Anyway. Oh, where do you want to go? The guy that's got the direwolf, you need to go take care of that. We need our wolf back. So another orc comes over here trying to take you off the direwolf by force. Swings at you with 11 with his great axe. He's trying desperately not to hurt the direwolf, but he's trying to aim for you and just dart around him. And he just could not get it to connect. Faustus, welcome back.
We were answering concerns about potential spy activity in this area. And then, as we were coming by, we were attacked by yourselves.
Well, yeah, because we're spies. And we're supposed to kill any threats that come near our camp. I mean, hate to do it, but... And he looks around. Oh, no.
It's like you... Like, it doesn't have to end this way if you give up now.
Never. He kind of like snorts.
Well, then I suppose diplomacy has very much gone awry.
Not necessarily.
And holds up both of his fingers.
Yeah. Yeah. You gonna take your shot?
Well, I'm not going to give up my shot.
As he says as he takes 2 Eldritch Blasts at him. For everyone else out there, that
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hit on the last. For 8 necrotic. Kind of like shudders to your Eldritch Blast. And he just looks angry as he's still focused on trying to finish whatever he can do. He knows he's probably going to go down fighting, but that's what he's going to do. He'll come over here, staying within threat range, and ready the great axe and bring it down on you. Ooh, and down on you he goes. Just an 18.
Ow.
11 points of damage.
Thank you, temporary hit points.
You're welcome.
Actually, I think I literally used all of them in that one hit.
Nice. Yeah, these great axes hurt when they can hit, but when you got an AC of 21, it's like, don't have to worry about that much.
Yeah, as he brings it down, it kind of like plinks off of some imaginary shield that wasn't there.
Yeah. Why is this axe not getting through? Don't understand. Hit harder. Make another animal handling to keep it from hitting an ally.
Yep, that hex is stank.
Now kill orc, not human.
Sorry about that. Let's see here. What did you get? All right, make a wisdom against you. We get a natural 20, but it does not. So it's confused. It's definitely not going to attack Orin this round. But what's funny is it's going to move enough away from Orin that if he wanted to take an attack of opportunity, he can.
Attack of opportunity.
Go for it. Hey, he doesn't let me have things either, so. Go ahead, roll damage.
11 bludgeoning.
If nothing, he is consistent.
I am a consistent man.
It is still alive, though. And it will take the dodge action from this point on. Like, it's confused, so it's trying to be leery of things. Orin, what do you want to do?
Okay, so I see it's moved. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna Sacred Flame the Dire Wolf. Gotta make a dexterity save. So I should make that probably.
We'll see. Arthur, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as you get hurled from this direwolf. 10's enough to land on your feet. Anything less than that would be dire.
Haha!
Anything else for your turn, Orin?
I'm gonna move the spiritual weapon to that orc right there.
Okay.
And that's gonna miss.
Yep.
That's it.
Alright, Arthur, I believe you're up. 15 to stand up. Or no, you're good,
Right.
you're good. Never mind, you made the save. I'm sorry.
I was gonna look back, it's like,
But you
the
said I
wolf.
saved. Yeah, I know. Your wolf is dead on the ground now. No fair,
I'm
now
a murderer,
nobody.
orc.
Yeah, the orc is like angry with you. No fair, now nobody gets dire wolf. Second one hits. First one misses, as he kind of like deflects you with the great sword or great axe. And this one doesn't get your proficiency, does it? Or your dex?
No, it does, because I have 2 weapon fighting now.
Oh, okay, cool. We fixed that. Nice. Anything to make math easy. So you managed to get a gut shot in, and he just grumbles and he gets his axe ready to come down on you, which it is Kronk's turn now.
Just gonna use frostbite again on this close over orc.
Just not putting in
Ogres
any
were
work.
way
Right?
different.
Oh, speaking of ogres. Fails. Takes 3 points of damage. And he loses some movement, right?
And disadvantage on melee attack.
You're thinking of Ray of Frost.
Oh, is that what I'm thinking of? Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, it has disadvantage on the next weapon attack.
Alright, I'll just give it a green icon for now. Alright, anything else, Kronk?
Nope.
Arthur and the orc are facing off. Let's see who wins. Double 11s. Nada on that one. Faustus, you're up.
Yeah, so he's going to.
You know,
he's going to
Faustus-
rest.
To be fair, maybe all these orcs look just like Jeff in a way. I don't know.
Oh, this is like one big coincidence. Well, in any case, he's going to put his hand on the cheek and it's like, condolences to your family. Shocking grasp,
Nice. All right.
but misses.
Well,
I think.
he lurches back from your touch, and the shock goes off. He's like, damn wizardry! And he just gets ready to hurl the axe at you. Anything else for your turn? You know, maybe you want to give him attack of opportunity. Maybe, I don't know.
Like, did he actually back away?
No. I'm talking about you.
It's like, no, I'm just gonna stay right where I am because he'll attack regardless.
Yeah, you can. I just wanted to. I feel for the man. I feel like he needs 2 swings to be effective, but apparently they only get 1. And yeah, it's not effective. The dire wolf
He was very
whimpers
confused
in
by the
pain.
touch.
Yeah, dire wolf whimpers in pain and dies. And Orin, it is your turn again.
Okay. I am going to spiritual weapon the orc. 17.
That hits. That
10.
kills. How do we do it?
My hammer just smashes it right on its head, and its head goes squish.
And Jeff's long lost relative is no more.
I'll move there, and I will mace attack that guy. 15.
What? Where did you move?
To the other orc.
Oh, there you are. Yep.
For 8 bludgeoning,
Dead.
and I just bash him right in the back of his skull, dead.
Alright, with that, you seem to have taken care of some scouts.
It's like, well, that was unexpected. Well, entirely expected. I probably won't be able to look Jeff in the eye if I ever see him again.
Well, they were spies, so we found the spies.
Well, let's perhaps we should maybe look among their belongings in case maybe they had orders from someone. They had to be spies for somebody.
Bosses, look.
Somebody making an investigation or what?
Oh, helping me
Bosses,
look?
investigation, then I do mine.
1 and 1? Go for it.
I am very good at investigating.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm helping. You have advantage.
Yeah, I don't need it.
Okay, cool.
I just got a nat 20 on it.
Yeah, the guy that you just... The relative-looking guy. On him, there's like this wrapped-up fur hide. Do you unwrap it?
I unwrap it.
There's like a big red eye. Like it looks like it was painted in blood inside it, and it seems to indicate something.
Do I recognize this symbol? Or if it seems symbolic.
Oh no, I could draw something very quickly about it. Something like that.
Have any of you seen this symbol before? Or have I seen this symbol before?
Have you ever dealt with orcs other than Jeff?
I assume that orcs aren't a common presence in the Dawnbreaker estate, so no.
No, no, don't think so. I mean, you could have convinced me, but you never know.
Can I do a history check?
Oh no, do you know anything about orcs directly? Like, this is the thing, like, unless you have, like, clan knowledge, you probably wouldn't know what this is.
No.
I would think, like, if we had a half-orc in the party, they might know what it is, but, yeah, I don't think anybody here can make that check. So, meanwhile, there's carving going on the dire wolf. Yeah, you find what looks like a furry missive and just a big splatter of an eye drawn into it on the back side of the fur. No idea what it means, but you can hold on to it. You can like put like a shape of an eye missive from an orc that looked like Jeff in your inventory. It needs to be specified that way so that it makes sense for me whenever you say, I had this missive from the guy that would look like Jeff. Oh, that guy. Okay, I remember now.
I have missive with I from Orc.
Yeah, I from Orc of Jeff. Okay. But there's still a campsite that is further south from here.
Can I look for the axes?
You can make an investigation because some of these axes might have broken as they fell or just got lost in the wilderness.
Okay, I'm gonna give myself guidance while I'm looking. And investigation.
Thank you so much for that. You find one great axe. I'll give you one.
Awesome.
The rest of them just kind of like cracked under the pressure of either a weapon cutting through it as they guarded, or it just got slung into the forest as they hit the ground. And then the chipmunks took them away so that you could not get them.
I guess Faustus would have started making his way over to the campsite.
I mean, squirrels, my bad. By yourself?
Oh,
So Faustus starts marching ahead of you guys. What do you do?
I'll follow Faustus.
I think Arthur's mic's not working really great, so he's typing in chat there, Star.
Oh,
no,
cool.
it's you guys are doing something. Stuff.
Oh,
Stuff.
yeah.
Just,
Just be sure that if there's a break, that you TLDR what you write. That way, in case people who can't read or are just listening to the stream can actually know what's going on. So yeah, what's the TLDR you guys were doing?
just need to know what I'm rolling for to scan a dire wolf. If anything else, I'll use it for the leather.
All right, you want to make a survival? Are you going to spend time to do all this, or?
I'll spend enough time.
What were you saying, Kronk?
Gronk's just moving all the bodies underneath the trees as per usual.
Okay, sounds about Kronk. Oh crap!
And what I need to take to skin.
Survival and a dagger.
I'll give him.
Check.
You give him what?
I'll help him with the skinning.
All right, cool. Make it with advantage. I don't know which one to take. Should I take the left one or the right one?
He rolled with advantage. Probably take the right one.
All right, I'll take the right one. You're managed to now, depending upon how much time you put into this. Like you can skin one of them. I'll give you like 15 minutes if you want to stay here for that long. But it does take a little while to skin it. Are you good with that?
Yeah, I'll take at least just the one for now.
All right, I'll say you get a large hide of a direwolf. Yeah, large hide.
How much does that weigh?
Let's say it weighs about 5 pounds. Make it 10 because you got the head attached to it as well.
Okay.
All right.
And then
Sorry, go ahead, Arthur. I missed you. I didn't hear you.
I'm gonna say I'm going to catch up with the rest.
All right. So yeah, as you guys kind of like gather up to this point here, you're still 400 or so meters away from where the campfires that he saw earlier. And I guess just make perception checks at this point, and I'll give you an idea of what this camp looks like. Alright, cool. Kronk, you seem to be distracted again. For some reason, squirrels carrying off a great axe catch your eye, and they seem to go further into the woods.
Oh god.
But meanwhile, the rest of you kind of like keep focused south, right? And you can't help but notice two large figures, like, with their backs towards you. Like, there's two large figures there, bigger than the orcs. And then there's like a couple of green creatures next to them. And then there seems to be some scaly creatures on the other side of these big creatures. it seems to be like a little mix. From what I think Warren could tell, or and Arthur, it seems to be some kobolds and goblins mixed with what might be an ogre or two.
This could be a problem.
Right. Do we want to go get an army real quick?
Like, how far away are we from them at this point?
From the encampment, about 400 meters. And we just been raided by the Swindler's Den. Thank you guys for dropping in. Don't forget to use those emotes, my friends. Say hi. Nice to see you. We have a little bit to go here. What do you guys want to do about this?
Like, did they appear to be having a conversation?
They seem to be within like a campfire situation. Like there seems to be a little camp there. The little green goblins seem to be hopping around, dancing or something. The kobolds seem to be clapping their hands as they're watching, and you can't tell what the ogres are doing. Their backs are to you, but they're still some ways away, so you can't clearly see what they're doing.
You know, this might be an opportunity to, if we can get a bit closer unnoticed, we might be able to spy in on their conversation.
Arthur, couldn't you go in as one of those orcs?
Right, let me just go back real quick and take the clothes. That's actually a good idea. God damn it. Actually, what is an orc size?
Yeah, they're medium.
I could do it.
Yeah, you could, but the question is, do you want to?
Sure.
I mean, these orc loincloths are stinky as hell. I mean, I swear, I think every one of these orcs defecated after they died.
You're going to owe me this one after this, Orin.
You kind of put a dagger at me.
Would you like me to clean those?
Oh yeah, you have a way of things with faucets, right? Don't clean them perfectly because then they'll know there's something up. Maybe just the pants.
I mean, that's all there is.
They don't have any shirt, like, or
No,
top shirt.
they're fucking, they drove in light, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, they thought they were barbarians, but apparently not.
Sure. Make it just slightly more nicer.
At least
Yeah, so he'll kind of like clean blast away the particularly nasty filth, but leaving just enough.
Right. The more immediate filth has been removed from the loincloth, and you're able to don it and transform if you wish.
Ah, fuck it.
Now, does Arthur go off someplace private? Before he gets-
Very much so. He is going to climb a tree and get the hell away from you people first. Before going and changing into an orc.
And then he never came back.
Fuck, we split the party.
You fall out of the tree. No one what?
Oh fuck!
No.
Be his prisoner.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey Arthur.
No, that was a joke.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you should be his prisoner.
Why would I?
I was gonna say, I'm coming back just a little bit later.
Second, what would be the goal of that?
Well, if he's the only one that comes back with no prisoner, it's gonna look weird, right?
Or plan B. It's just gonna pull out a dagger to stab himself 2 times.
Oh, really? Roll damage on yourself. Alright, you take that much damage.
Y'all gonna
Yes.
hate me.
Probably.
Why?
Uh-oh. What are you doing?
He casts Cure Wounds on you. Should be hurting yourself here.
I know you feel bad, but you do not need to hurt yourself.
Maybe just give yourself a scratch instead.
Okay, you know what? I get the feeling Krunk is going to do that again. Fine, I will be a prisoner. Just, maybe the two of you should be on standby in case something goes wrong.
They
You
might try to spit roast your head with a veil. Very much safer if you did not.
So, well, at the very least, it's like he's going to, like, look for a place that's just like, eh. And he is going to, and Dorian is going to hop onto your shoulder. Keep Dorian on you. We'll stay as far away as we can, hidden away. But it would be good if we could, if more than one of us could hear the conversation.
That would be a good idea. Do we have a great axe anywhere?
I can take mine.
I moved you guys up to give us more playroom. Some of you went in places you shouldn't have went. There we go.
And,
Alright.
if anything should happen, I should be able to provide support from the back line. If we're in range already.
Alright, just so you know, you're still 400 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll remove this blue wiggly line when you decide to get closer. What's the plan, my friends? Do we continue?
Well, no time like the present.
Not gonna. So let's stay maybe approximately somewhere between maybe 75 and 100 feet away from him and try to stealth our way through.
Yeah, what are we doing on approach here? So, okay, let's repaint the picture real quick in case somebody's confused like me. So he changed into one of the orcs, and he
Yes.
took the loincloth. Is now looking like an orc. Where are your belongings? So you got your bag on you still, or what?
The only thing I'm going in with is 2 short swords, and that's pretty much it.
And those are on your hip, right?
I give you the great axe, right?
Oh yeah, I suppose I do have a great axe too. Well, also, my strength is crap, so if I am forced to fight, I want short swords, not an axe.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. You could
I'm just-
say those are trophies.
I am just checking to see how you're looking when you go in. So, where did you stuff your clothes?
Make a quick mark here. Or actually, I'm just gonna place my token. Kind of like maybe right in there.
Mm-hmm. Like, do you got a satchel that has all your clothes in it around your shoulder,
Yeah.
or it's on you?
Nah. So pretty much it's all in a bag, hidden. So if you need me to make a stealth check,
Or are you
I will
hiding
gladly
it?
do-
All right, so you're hiding it in the wilderness.
Yeah.
All right, then make a stealth check.
I will probably get robbed.
I got a
I can
bunch
feel
of
that.
yeah. There's a bunch of squirrels that have a vendetta, so probably.
Yeah.
I'm buying myself advantage.
All right, go for it. So, in case you're new here, my friends,
Yeah.
I just want to share what the channel points do. And even you, my viewers, can redeem channel points for the players if you choose, or you can join us on Fridays and redeem them for yourself. Go ahead and reroll. Somebody wanted to use points to guide a raid, but they didn't give me a name. All right. You think they're hidden?
Okay. Alright, I am going to then come back with a great axe and pretty much like everything in my inventory, and I'm gonna have my 2 short swords on my hip. If I'm ever asked about that, I'll just say I took them off someone's corpse.
Gotcha. All right. All right. And what's the plan of approach? Faust is going in as a prisoner. Is that what I heard?
I think that plan was shot down. So the alternative plan was that the group would stick, that Arthur would go forward, and then the group might stay like maybe somewhere between like around 75 feet away from him, like trying to stealth their way closer.
I'm not good at keeping quiet.
All right. So you guys are staying back 75. Got it? Arthur, I guess it's your show then.
He just takes one last look over at Orin. I swear this, I'm going to hit you upside the head.
Well, I'll hit you again.
I will act at the first moment of trouble.
Alright, let's get this over with. Just kind of approach, trying to act natural.
All right. So as you kind of like make yourself present with all the current gear surrounding you, and you walk straight up to the camp, hell, just start moving and tell me where you stop.
Right about there.
All right. And let's see here. Let me see what's happening real quick. I got to rewind the tape. Make a perception check on your approach. That is a good question. What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Dwarves, Elvish, Thieves can't.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think part of this conversation is going to be in common anyway. Alright, cool. And you're certain your allies at the gate will be ready? Yes, they will be. There'll be plenty ready. We've got them in position. They just think they're bystander refugees for right now. Alright, I'll trust you on that. Whatever information they can get from those guards as they're sitting out there squatting in a ditch, I'm sure it'll be provided to us in very cool manner and give us all the information we need. Then he starts speaking goblin to the other goblins over here, and they are just laughing and chuckling to themselves. Sorry, I'll answer that in a minute. But yeah, and do you want to approach any further, or do you want to hang back? This ogre kind of like looks over his shoulder. Hey, what you doing back already? Aren't you supposed to be on patrol?
And they sent me back.
Why?
To warn you that people may be coming.
Well, duh, that's what people do. They come. Yeah, they come. Why wouldn't they? They just kind of like chuckle, thinking they got a good laugh out of you.
As in an entire army,
What?
20,000 strong.
20,000. Hey, how much is 20,000? Yeah, I can't count that high. And these hobgoblin-looking creatures kind of like turn their attention towards you. What are you doing back already? What's
If you
your...
did not hear,
Go ahead. Report.
if you did not hear that conversation, we have an army coming down on our doorsteps.
Make a deception check.
This is what I am good at.
I know. You should be. An army? There shouldn't be an army. We didn't get a report that an army was gathering. Surely you jest.
I do
We-
not. They've gathered in secret, got out beneath our kobolds.
Then we better relocate. All right, uproot the camp. We're leaving. Already? Yes, we're leaving. We must leave now. And then you see these giant ogres stand up, and they just literally tear the tents apart and just put them in a bag. And everybody looks like they're about to walk off and leave.
I will go back up to the front, see what they are doing.
Dorian is going to try to hop onto one of the ogres.
Make a dexterity check as a spider.
Doop doop boop boop.
Okay, he does it. And they all start marching south even further. And then Arthur, what do you do?
I told them I'm going back up to the front to see what the hell is going on.
Yeah, they let you go as they continue leaving. They get within 75 to get back to your group. By the time you get back to the group, Dorian's out of range. Right?
Yeah, but before he lost out of range, he's going to ask that Dorian note any key information, and he'll summon him back later.
Alright. Well, that'll save me some time, I think, because I can think about that for a week and then give you that information next week. But as Arthur comes back to the party, we could finish the stream at this conversation you guys are about to have. Well, Arthur's
As
back.
soon
What
as
do
he
you guys
comes
want to do?
back.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I do know well.
Well, that looks like it went better than we expected.
It did. Orcs are dum-dums. Actually, it was an ogre, but still, they're idiots.
Yes, but stupid enough to give us the information we needed. Apparently, they're planning a coordinated attack.
Yeah,
and the
so you remember
kobolds we
those...
passed are involved.
Yes, I wonder if I could frighten them a bit more. Managed to convince them that an army was coming. Mainly, this is probably a stupid plan, but you know. Alright, I am getting horrifically tired of this voice. I'm going to quickly bounce back, get changed, and turn back into Arthur.
Alright, fair enough.
There's all my stuff still there.
Yes, it is. Unless somebody else took it.
Take it.
Roll for chipmunks.
I mean, orcish voices do have a certain charm to them, but I suppose I understand what you mean.
God no. Ugh.
Is that what you liked about Jeff?
You had a very good voice.
What's that? First off, I don't even think you guys even know about Jeff, actually.
No, we don't.
Yeah, it's not true.
I don't know.
I
you
mentioned
just
I mentioned someone named Jeff during the fight, but
Yeah, fighting
ask for
stopped for a
context.
moment. Yeah. Nobody asked for context. Yeah, that's true. That's fair. But yeah, what do you guys plan on doing at this point?
Well, so what should we do? We know they're planning an attack.
They have kobolds that they're using to plan out the attack, so if we can either alert the city guard to this or deal with it ourselves, at this point they're working to try and invade the city. I have no qualms with butchering every last one of them.
As
Maybe.
you were leaving, I had Dorian hop onto one of the ogres. If they've decided to relocate, Dorian might be able to offer us assistance in determining where that location is.
We need to alert the guard as well to prepare the city for an invasion.
By knowing where their camp is, we'll be able to do a sneak attack against them.
Yeah. We'll make one more run out here, just pure scouting. Don't engage them at all if we can. Otherwise, we'll have to kind of focus on something like that.
If we go get the Cobalt quest, maybe we can make more money.
I agree.
I
They
suppose we
walk-
could take advantage of the situation.
They walk
Depends
innocently
what they
back
want
into town.
by relocation.
They walk innocently back into town whistling, and then they go get the quest, and they come back out with pitchforks, and then they start stabbing these poor kobolds to death.
True. Yeah. We don't know if the kobolds at town are in on this, but they might be.
No, I overheard it was beneath the bridge. The same ones we passed.
Okay, so
They did seem insistent that they were not to move from their spot. I imagine those might have been orders.
Yeah. I doubt we'll be able to get them to relocate.
well, we could take the quest, relocate them, or kill them.
Or perhaps we could sort of deceive them. Maybe they could lead us directly to one of the other camps. I imagine that there's more than one.
True.
Oh. Well, there
Although
probably is.
Although it might require you to change your shape again.
I could not do that physically, as I would literally have to have a tail.
Well, perhaps not one of the ogres, but one of the other ones that seemed in charge.
What about
You got a good look at them, didn't you?
could always get Shella to do it. Actually, never mind. Bad idea. Stupid idea. Never.
Well, yeah, let's bring Shella into this.
It's like, I do believe that they wouldn't accept Shella as they might have seen her as an unaligned kobold.
No.
That, and also they were trying to bounce around a corpse earlier.
And she's not right.
She comes back to life and it comes back to scare him. Yeah, that might work. She lives! Right away! Alright, guys. Well, I mean, I'm going to give you a whole week to think about what you want to do here. Definitely a minor scenario that we have going on, and you can choose however you want to take care of this. But for the most part, you took care of the spies in a way. And then you can further your progress if you wish. At this point here, we'll just go ahead and end the session there if you're good. Any last minute shenanigans? We good? Alright, cool. Well, in that case, I want to welcome everybody. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to, just as a joke, say, yes, pickpocket Warren real quick.
Go for it. I'll give you advantage.
No, I'm not going to.
I'll give you double advantage.
That's not a thing, but...
Oh, it is now.
Nah.
I'll give you triple advantage. How about that?
What is he trying to do?
Oh, he's just trying to tease you.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're
No, I'm
golden.
not actually going to.
You're golden, dude. Don't worry. All right, so yeah, with that, join us tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central, where we go back to the Mystery of Whisper Hills, where I play Squiggles and a bunch of Dragonborn and a Tiefling and a human. Hopefully, Sophie doesn't forget to join us. And yeah, we're going to go back and see what the mystery is all about. Wednesday is our Curse of Strahd game. All these games start at 7 p.m. Central, so if you want to join us for those, we look forward to having you. And if you like, oh, these guys are having a lot of fun, I wish I could play with them. Well, on Fridays, we have an open roleplay. So if you want to join us on our Friday campaign, !RP in Twitch chat, !Discord to join our Discord. And if that wasn't enough D&D for you and you want to play some more D&D with us, we have a sub-only Sunday that is at 12 p.m. Central. So join us for that if you'd like. All you got to do is sub to Twitch and link your Twitch to your Discord, and you're in our sub channel. And you can get the link to that game in our sub-only channel. Other than that, Thursdays and Saturdays are my days off. Either I'll do a variety stream or I just take the day off. So look forward to those in case I do extra hours so we can get more cookie clusters. But other than that, I would like to thank you for joining us tonight, and I'll let these guys say good night to Twitch and Facebook.
Good night, everybody.
Ciao, bye.
And with that, do you hear the calling? We're gonna go raid somebody, so stay tuned. Stay tuned, guys. We're gonna go raid.